Heyo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Flesh and Blood stream. Tonight is our final ProQuest prep right before we're going into ProQuest this weekend. I have to say, we have quite a dilemma on our hands. As you guys know, on Monday and Tuesday, I played Aurora, and I was not vibing with the deck. I have not had a winning record. I've not really been doing super well. It's been a struggle bus experience for me so far, trying to get into the positive win rate record with Aurora. But I have found a list that I really like. I have played, I've experimented, I've been working, and I found a list that really works for me, and it's felt very clean so far. I've got all my games on my spreadsheet. I think I'm like, I can't remember what it is. I think I'm like 13-5 right now or something like that with the deck I've been playing. It feels pretty good. It feels pretty clean. I'm pretty excited to get to play that tonight. We're going to work on some of the matchups on February, so it'll be there because this is one of my public deck lists, and I want you guys to have access to all the matchups as I'm working on it. Made quite a few changes since Tuesday. Played quite a few games as well. We're probably like, since Tuesday's stream, I'm probably like 40 games into the deck, so I'm excited to see how it feels tonight and how it plays out. Hey, Ben, Wally, Billy, what's going on, guys? How are you guys? So I don't know, it should be pretty good. I'm also kind of stuck because there's two ProQuests this weekend. One of them is 4.5 hours away in Duluth, or it's in Alpharetta, Georgia. I am debating if I want to drive 4.5 hours. Gonna be honest, that is a long haul to be able to go to a ProQuest on Saturday. 4.5 hours is longer than I've ever considered going to a ProQuest, but I don't know. I'm thinking about it, to be honest. And then on Sunday, there's a ProQuest 4 hours away in Charlotte. So I'm kind of on the fence about it. The one on Saturday is probably not going to happen, but I'm open for discussion if people want to talk about it tonight. I don't know. I'm open for discussion if people want to talk about it, but I'm definitely going to one on Sunday. There's one on Sunday in Charlotte that's about 4 hours away with all of the hurricane and stuff. There's a lot of the interstate that's messed up on my way to Charlotte, so I got to go around and through Virginia. It's about 4 hours. I am 100% going to that one. We already got that one locked in. But without any further ado, let's pull up the deck, let's pull up some games, and let's get it going. Hey, Waves, what's up, man? There are quite a few changes to the deck, to be honest. One of the first changes I'm going to talk about is the fact that I am now playing Ether Ironweave and Crown of Dominion. Now, I know that this like leans into like the full combo style idea of the deck and kind of like what people were trying to do there. Wait, am I in a private game? I am. I was playtesting a little bit earlier with Zach. That's what I thought would happen. I am gonna have to let me answer this real quick. Hang on. It's my dad. He's having surgery tomorrow. Okay. Sorry about that. It was my dad. He's having surgery tomorrow, so I want to make sure I got that call, but it's about house stuff. Okay. That's one thing I've not talked about. For anybody who doesn't know, Carly and I are currently working on buying a house. Hopefully nothing falls through, but we're currently working on that. I haven't brought it up because I'm not trying to get too far ahead of myself. Hey, Michael Paul, Caleb, what's up, dude? So there are a few things we've changed about the deck. This is one of the matchups I need to add in. We run Crown of Providence, Dyadic Carapace in this matchup, and I do like the snaps. I know that on Tuesday, a lot of people were telling me to play Snapdragon Scalers, and I have come around to it. It just seems better than Lightning Greaves most of the time. It's just on demand go again, which has felt pretty good so far, but I am still pretty skeptical. Our opponent chose to go first, which I'm going to be honest, I think is a mistake. I think they are supposed to go second. And so we cut Photon Rushes and we cut Sizzles and we bring in Warmongers and Sink Belows here. And we're just trying to play the value game and use our equipment when we're able to here. So it's just kind of one of those turns that we're trying to play through here. Hey, thanks, Wave. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, brother. I'm excited for ProQuest season. I'm excited to play and like, you know, get out there and like try to qualify for the PT. As most everybody knows, it is on the top of my list to it is on the top of my list to try and qualify for the PT. It's up there. So let's see here. What are we looking at? We could lead on the Arc Lightning, I guess. There's not really much value from. I think I want to go Entwine Lightning, fuse with Somersault, Somersault this back, Entwine Lightning fuse with the Arc Lightning, play Warmonger's Diplomacy, and Arsenal the Arc Lightning. I know that I'm technically like putting myself in a bad situation because Arc Lightning won't be able to be played next turn because of the Warmonger's Diplomacy, but I still think it's okay. I think that's a powerful enough card that I'm okay arsenaling it here. I think I'm okay arsenaling that. But anyway, some of the changes to the deck. I am now on Crown of Dominion and no, I do not agree blocking there. That's an interesting choice. I am now on Crown of Dominion and Ether Ironweave, but I'm not playing Flicker Wisp. I am not sold on playing Flicker Wisp yet. That is not something that I have been sold on yet, so this is not full combo. This is not full combo. And the reason I'm not playing full combo is because I don't like Flicker Wisp. It feels like a just a 0 for 2 most of the time, and I'm not a fan of that. Should we throw Starfall just to get him even more and not stick this in our arsenal here? Knowing that they have a non-attack action there, like, I don't know, like, putting the Arc Lightning after a Warmongers into our arsenal kind of feels like a trap. And we get to completely just get them. They kept their entire hand. We pushed 9 cards, 9 points worth of damage on them, and we have just completely got them here. So they chose War, which means they're literally going to do nothing. Oh, that's right. They can glove away. That's right. It's your arsenal. They can clear their arsenal too. So it's not that bad, but it's still, I still feel like we're in a good spot though. Top of the list is choosing the hero and sticking with them. Ira most likely going to change that. Ira's going to be really cool. Ira's going to be really cool. She's going to provide a lot of fun play for people. Still throwing red for 9 after a Warmonger's Diplomacy is pretty solid for them. I can block Current Funnel and Photon Rush, take 3, and then throw Snatch, Arsenal, Arc Lightning. Seems like not a bad play, because I'm not super worried about what they're up to over there. And drawing into another Arc Lightning makes us feel a little bit better. I mean, I guess we would have just blocked 8, would have been the play, if we'd had the Arc Lightning in our arsenal, which would have been fine. So we'll see what they throw at us here. Drawing into the Sink Below makes me want to arsenal that, to be honest. Keep the Arc Lightning in our hand and arsenal the Sink Below to play around Dominate. Seems okay to me. Seems okay. Hey, what's up, Hugh? Yes, I have come around the snaps. It feels a lot better than Greaves does most of the time. In this matchup, I'm still debating if I want Lightning Greaves just because I want to be able to... You gotta be shitting me. Well, I guess we're crowning that away. It's very unfortunate that that is... that they happen to hit Remorseless for us. I mean, it's early on, so it's not like terribly surprising, but it is unfortunate for us. Wanting to give us a Blood Rot and then throw this? Okay. So we're going to crown this away, and we're just going to try to set up a powerful hand here. We're going to have to take quite a bit of damage to do it. Drawing into the Sink Below is less than ideal, but that could be okay for us, to be honest. Could be okay for us. So let's go Arc Lightning, which does require us to take a damage. Now, luckily, the Starfall and the Electrostatic Discharge do not trigger off of Remorseless, which is kind of nice here. Also, Crown. I think those make a lot of sense. Yeah, I'm a big fan of... I mean, we always had Crown on the list, right? Like, Crown of Providence was always in the list. We were just also playing Face Purgatory. I've come around to cutting a lot of the cards that we were playing the other night, to be honest. There's been quite a few of those cards that I have, like, cut just because they felt kind of awkward. I think we're going to go pitch Sink Below to throw Starfall, and then we're going to play Discharge and throw Ravenous Rabble because it's the most points we can set up here. The Arc Lightning puts them down to 23. I want mid-range, but not an illusionist. I'm a P-Brain Jund player forever. Listen, man, I mean, there's something to be said about just, like, literally throwing, like, trying to do, like, mid-range is cool because it allows you to just try and do the best thing that you can do every turn. Like, you're just saying, oh, this is like the most value I'm going to get every turn, and so this is the play line I'm going to take. Hopefully... Did I miss something? Hey, what's up, Martin? How are you? What am I missing? What am I missing? I don't know what's going on here. I'm hoping my opponent's going to respond here. Warriors are very mid-range. I'm asking my opponent if they care to play the game out the way it's supposed to be. I would like to play the game out correctly, but I don't know if they're okay with that or not. I mean, because it's very easy for us to fix life. I mean, yeah, if they take this, they fall down to 13. So that's exactly how that would play out. I appreciate my opponent being cool. Like, not everybody's, like, willing to make that. Can open the settings and hit enable manual mode. Then you can use the minus sign to reduce your life. It should work. I'm pretty sure you can reduce your life. We do need to put in the bug. We do need to put in the bug. Yeah. No, I did not show a blue. It's an Entwine Lightning on the top. It's a red Entwine Lightning. Appreciate my opponent being cool. Yeah, not everybody's willing to do that kind of stuff, so appreciate them being chill about that. That's the second time I've had a bug today. Let's see. Report bug. And then we're just going to paste that there and let it sit there for a moment. So I can go in and post that later so that it'll be there. All of this happens. It doesn't matter. I mean, this hand's actually pretty good. If they don't red us here, we get a pretty good play here. Yeah, updating them, like, manual mode is actually pretty convenient for some stuff like that. Like, action points are pretty good. Life's pretty good. That's a pretty good one. Like, all that. I'm more appreciative that my opponent's willing to be cool about it because not everybody's willing to do that kind of stuff. So my opponent being very friendly and very, like, easy to work with is very nice. Also, Nathaniel, how are you, buddy? Happy to be off work so I can focus on some altar orders. Hey, I'm doing well, man. I am doing well, brother. I am happy to be playing games. It is the final night of ProQuest Prep, and so I'm excited to see how Aurora feels when the stream's over. I've really been on the struggle bus this week with Aurora, so should be fun to see. It should be fun because I felt a lot better about this list the more I've played it recently. Yikes. This is actually pretty bad for us. I mean, I guess we can, like, if we can, so what? This is currently coming in for 12. Yikes. 6, 9, 12, 15. Jesus. This is bad, boys. So this is perfect. Hey, let's go, man. I'm sorry you're having to work late, but I'm glad you're able to come and hang out with us, man. I'm glad you were able to come and hang out with us. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to block 3. We can take 12, go down to 11. I'm going to play the blink so that we don't lose it or get, you know, hurt by it here. I'm going to play Warmonger's Diplomacy on my turn, and then I'm going to Arsenal the Entwine Lightning. So I'm just going to go ahead and play this just so we don't lose any value here. Now, they don't have... now that they know we have Warmongers, they're pretty tempted to not Arsenal a non-attack action if that's what they drew into, which they did draw into a non-attack action, which is very nice here. It's very nice for us because they're probably going to choose war, attack us a little bit, and then hopefully we're going to be able to put together a turn that forces at least a couple cards out of their hand. This hand is really good. Entwine, discharge 10. That is 18 points. We're not going to stop the on-hit effects, but this is a good place to be. They don't have, yeah, like this is it. This is it. They can't play like Codex or anything here either, so this is good. Rain Razors. Okay, so we're going to fall down to 8, and then that basically puts us down to 6. That's okay. It's okay. We're in a pretty good spot right here. So we're going to go Entwine Lightning. We're going to reveal Lightning Surge. We do also have the choice, if we want to go E-Strike draw card. It would be for 8, which would be pretty good. Because we also have snaps available to us to try and draw a card here. Let's go Entwine Lightning. Reveal the Lightning Surge one more time here. This is going to put them down to 7. So I definitely think it's Discharge into E-Strike because it's just more points than the Starfall. Plus, we haven't played a Lightning card. The question is, are we going to E-Strike for buff power? So that would make it for 10, which means they would be forced to give me 1 card and an equipment. Or we could go draw a card, and we could try to make this even worse. If we happen to rip into a 0 for 4, we'd be in a good spot. We technically have a higher ceiling by using draw a card, but we also have a lower floor by using draw a card. What can we draw that could be bad? Because we're basically just giving up 1 point. Let's go draw a card. I think that is the safer choice here, is just to go draw a card. Drawing into the Lightning Surge is perfect. So draw a card was correct there. Even in the dark, I still think it's correct because it gives us a higher window of opportunity to try and close the game out. Because if our opponent gives us, like, so this, they're taking 5, like this, going down to 2, and then if we throw the Lightning Surge, they are required to, at minimum, give us 1 more card here. So snaps again, looking already better than the, snaps is already looking better than the Lightning Greaves so far. So to everybody who told me snaps was better on Tuesday, and I told you that you were just wrong, make sure you clip that I'm saying it's better now so you can be sure to hold that over my head later. So they have 2 buffs. I mean, you could give me the cross wrap and go to 1 here. Okay. So now they're out of Arcane Barrier, which means the shock just kills them. I mean, we'll let this happen. Oh, that feels bad. And then they just concede. And we had the shock to be able to close the game out. Okay, so that was a really good game. Our opponent was very cool about the whole like bug situation, and I really appreciate them being like that. Not everybody's like that on Talishar, so it's pretty cool to see people being like that. It's also a very close game, and I think that the half glove is correct personally, but not having the other piece of AB can hurt them. We got to go second. We got the win. Warmongers bailed us out late when they drew a non-attack action. Now, our opponent did not arsenal the non-attack action, which was the correct play to make there. But it was still like nice to know that like we were able to that because they knew we had it, they were forced into making a different play. Let's pull up the Discord here really quick. I'm going to go ahead and post this in here and post this bug report. I'm not sure if this has already been posted or not. Let's see. Electrostatic Discharge did not buff Ravenous Rabble. Okay, so we've got that in there for the team. They're always very quick at getting back to us, so I'm always very appreciative for the Talishar team being as awesome as they are. They're great. But 1-0, much better start than we've had in recent streams. So wouldn't hold it against you. I'm glad you came around to testing some things and liking them, dude. I appreciate that, Hugh. I appreciate that. I've really been on the struggle bus with Aurora lately, so I appreciate like having everybody in my corner and everybody being really cool about helping me out. It's been great. I feel like right now there are a lot of people practicing, so you do it for that for sure. When you talk about practice, you talk about like people being cool, like on Talishar. Is that what you mean? Is that what you mean, Nathaniel? Just want to make sure. This is a matchup where I want to try running Ether, Ironweave, and Crown of Dominion into just to try and have that extra Arc Lightning trigger. I do run Exude Confidence because a lot of their attacks are like 2 and 3 and 4 value base, and so if we're able to make this a 7 off of a buff effect, then they can't really play defense reactions, which is very nice. And I do not want Sync Belows here, and I think that Exude is better than Second Strike is my rationale here in the matchup. I don't know if Ironweave and Crown of Dominion are going to be good enough, but I would like to try it and at least see if it's good enough to play. And the idea behind this is that we are looking to use Ether, Ironweave, and Crown of Dominion the first time we draw Arc Lightning with a 5-card hand. You're not going to DC this weekend? I am not going to DC this weekend. I'm always super intrigued by this, and like it's always super interesting. Now, I can't, like, it is really cool because they get to do that, and there's nothing I can do about it. Let's see. So we're going to go Sizzle, and we're going to go Photon Rush for 6 go again. Now, the fact that they have 4 Rune Chance is pretty solid, right? People being cool to handle the life. Yeah, no, it is. It's just fun that people, it's really nice when people are cool like that. Not everybody is, and sometimes you run across people who, like, they're just like, no take backs, no nothing, like, it's not my fault, figure it out. And so I don't know, like it's kind of a harsh way to look at the game, in my opinion. So I'm always very appreciative of people who are cool and, you know, and stuff like that. I'm a big fan of the Arc Lightning Flicker Whiz combo into some matchups to overcome Count Your Blessings decks, for example. So I've cut it because most of the time it feels like a feels bad card most of the time, but I definitely understand why people like it. It's an extremely powerful thing when you're able to do it and set it up that way. I guess I should have thought about not having Arcane Barrier in this matchup. Maybe this is a Lightning Greaves matchup just to have AB1. Yeah, this has been a tough start so far. Our opponent is in a very positive position right now. I think I'm actually going to lead on making an embodiment and throwing the Exude Confidence here because I would like to force their hand if I can, and like force them to make some like awkward decision points. So I know that we generally want to set up an embodiment for next turn, but leading on the Exude Confidence could put us in a really good place early on in the game here. Just kill them faster, LOL. Hey, Trent, what's up, dude? I'm not repeating that, but I love that, bro. Learning a new deck is hard, especially when lists aren't figured out. You're doing good. Thanks, Jay. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, brother. I will be the first person to tell you I am not always great at like figuring out exactly what the best thing that we should be doing is. Like that is generally something that like I do not figure out super fast. Oh, having the current funnel on top feels bad. Feels like they have a disruption piece here. We could just not throw the Rabble now, right? I'm kidding. It would be terrible. I wouldn't do that to my opponent. I think we're technically supposed to save the Lightning Surge for next turn, even if it feels like we're about to get got by like a Command and Conquer or something. Although technically we do have a hand that blocks pretty efficiently. We're going to have to take like, what, all 9 Rune Chants here? Whew, that's tough. Can you use your list to start buying into Ira, by the way? Got my yearly bonus today. Hey, let's go, Waves. That's awesome, man. Ira's going to be a lot of fun, dude. Ira's going to be a lot of fun. Like, Ira's going to be cool. Ira's going to be cool. All right, so if I block 6 here, I can block current funnel. Now, if I block Gauntlet of Flash, Grasp, and Ironweave... Go. Yo, let's go. John Steele, thank you for the sub on YouTube, brother. Appreciate you being here and hanging out with us, man. Means a lot. Lightning Surge, Entwine Lightning Fuse, Starfall, Snatch, activate Aurora. I mean, it seems like a pretty good turn, all things considered, and the blue like really pans out for us. Guys, if you're here for the first time, or you watch a lot of videos, and maybe you're just here hanging out in the live stream for the first time, we got 3 questions we ask everybody when you're here for the first time, man. What's your name? What got you in the Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Let me know a little bit about yourself, man. That means a lot. Let's go, Trent. With 1 bit, just trying to get the noise rolling. I love it, brother. I love it. Trent, thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'll be in and out. Ashley and I are testing with Wally. Him and I built a Florian list together from the ground up. Dude, let me know how the deck goes. Like, I completely get you guys being in and out, but let me know how the deck goes, man. I want to hear about it. In my experience, that the more sportsman you are to your opponent, the better your gameplay is. I mean, generally I tend to agree with that. Like, most of the time, like, I'm a believer that like what goes around comes around, and when people are like good sports and like people are like, you know, cool about like taking things back when it's like a very obvious thing, like, you know, like it's one thing if like obvious pieces of information have exchanged hands here, but when they haven't, you know, it's cool when people like when everybody's cool with one another. I enjoy the game a lot more when people are like that. I think it makes the game a lot more fun. And it makes the game a lot more interesting, and it's a better player experience for a lot of the people that play the game. And ultimately, I think that's what matters, because the more people that have a better gaming experience, more people that are come back and gonna play your game. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, good one to Arsenal. I can live with that. Setting up the embodiment for next turn. We're looking pretty good so far. Channel the Millennium Tree. So this is definitely a matchup where we need... Maybe we're just supposed to play AB3 and Crown of Providence in this matchup in case we play against a deck like this. It's definitely something to consider when we're talking about this deck. It's definitely something to consider. I let people take back quite a bit because they make a better decision so I can learn. Yeah, that's also a great way to look at it, is like the more your opponent's learning, it's also an opportunity for you to learn. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I think everybody should be allowed to take everything back all the time, because you shouldn't. Like, you know, at a high level gameplay, when you make a mistake, you know, that's on you. You know, like, and I am a big believer in stuff like that. So, let's see. We're going to activate Grasp since they do not have Arcane Barrier. We're going to flash in Channel Lightning Valley, and it's going to be 2 and 1 Arcane. Now, they can activate the Well Grounded here if they'd like to, but okay, cool. We're looking at our combo piece here. You like to see it, boys. You like to see it. It's going to be Arcanic Shockwave, Fuse with Arc Lightning, and then it's going to be Photon Rush with Go Again into Static Shock. It was probably a better play for me to lead on Arcanic Shockwave. We could have played Channel Lightning Valley lead here because we would have had to blink in our hand, and there was technically no guarantee we were going to draw a Lightning card to Fuse here, so that was just a mistake on my part. And now we're also giving them more information by letting them know that we have the Arc Lightning we're going to play into Arsenal. So if they have a Plow Under or a Commanding Conqueror, they're going to do their best to hang on to that card so that they can set that up. There's 1 Plow Under, which is interesting. It's interesting. It's interesting to see. Scrooge McBlaze can't go 1 hero without needing a single gold. Bro, I love that. I love that. And I cannot wait to say that to people. And that's why I'm going to tell everyone that that's why I added Crown of Dominion into my deck, is because I needed my gold. Oh, Waves. I love that, bro. That is amazing. That's great, dude. This feels like a Command and Conquer or something. Part of me is tempted to just like pitch this to the Arc Lightning, to the Aurora, but I think it's just too powerful that we're just going to have to take this chance here. It's Felling of the Crown. Interesting. Interesting. I think we put the current funnel on the bottom. I assume they can decompose again. So let's think about our turn here for just a second. Hey, what's up, Brad? Mega hype for my first Pro Quest on Saturday, dude. Let's go, man. What is it? I mean, I assume it's is it CC or draft? Put this on the bottom block here. Take 7, go to 8, and then we have Arc Lightning, Shockwave fused with the Sigil, Ether Ironweave, Gold. I mean, I want to play this before I play this, right? Because there's no guarantee I draw another attack. So yeah, we're gonna make this play. Fall down to 8. Now, our opponent has Face Purgatory available to them, which is kind of scary. I won't lie, that is something that does worry me a little bit here. I guess we can activate Aurora if they block with it in response, so we're in an okay spot here. Arc Lightning deals the damage. You love to see it. You love to see it. What are we looking at here? Ooh, I mean, that's fine. I've already got the effect. So, like, if they want to undo and, like, set this back up from the beginning, then that's fine. But the Lightning Press is actually, bro, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You love to see it. You love to see it. We are going to lead here, reveal the Sigil of Lightning. Actually, I'm sorry. That's incorrect, opponent. Do you care if I undo? They may decline. They did let this happen. So I'm actually going to activate this because it's an extra arcane damage, and I really like that. It's just 1 extra point here. And I get to fuse with the Lightning Press, which tells them that if they do decide to give Grasp, or I'm sorry, the Face Purgatory, it's not going to matter here. What would everyone recommend as a first deck? I wanted to play Victor, but he doesn't seem in a very good spot. So, Billy, Victor's honestly not in a great spot right now. That is a very accurate statement. But like a good deck to learn on, to be honest. I don't know how far they want to back up here. Let's ask really quick. Did you want to undo before blocks? Is that what they're asking? I think that's what they're doing here. If they say yes, we're going to restart the turnover here because, like, definitely more information has passed. But again, I would rather play. I am in a spot where I would rather play the best game we can play at all times. Plus, it might give them a chance to use Well-Grounded now to stop the arcane damage. Okay, so we're going to play Discharge, which is exactly what we want to do. We're going to activate Grasp, which deals an arcane damage. So, Billy, what I would tell you is probably the best answer is, like, you want to play something that is a good deck to learn on. A good deck to learn on, like something that teaches you a lot about the basics of the game. KO probably fits into that bracket. I'm trying to think. KO fits into that bracket. I would think anyway. I mean, I guess Florian is probably actually a good one. Not the Scepter of Pain Florian deck, but like regular mid-range Florian's probably a good one to learn on. Let's see. Kasai, Dorinthia are all very good heroes to learn on. I would say that any of those would be a very good place to like learn the heroes would be a good one. KO's a good one to start with. It appears that's a pretty... Ira is actually a great one that's coming to CC, Billy. Yeah, Cart makes a really good point that Ira is a phenomenal one to learn on. I would tell you that is an exceptional place to be. We're going to throw Starfall, and then I am going to crack Ironweave and use the gold because it's 2 additional points on this turn, and there's always a chance that we rip something insanely powerful here. Ether Ironweave has go again, deals an arcane, crack the gold, something good. Somersault doesn't cut it. So we're just going to have to Arsenal the Somersault. I was really hoping for like a 0 for 4 there because I really wanted to be able to like push their turn, like make their turn awkward for them and force them to give up another card. There was never really a way we could have cracked this before we threw the shockwave, was there? I wish we would have drawn this before we drew the lightning press. That would have been better. Unfortunate. Okay. We did draw a good blocking hand, though, so there's that. That's always a positive, right? Join the Church of Ira Billy. We have cookies. Bravo's a good one to learn on. I think Warrior's a great one. Victor might be in a better spot after Dio comes out since you can target that deck, but not sure if you want to do that. I don't think that's like really where you want to be, but I definitely get what you're saying, Riku. I like that you changed your name to You Know. That's funny. I like that. Draft, hoping I don't get forced into a Cilio. Just haven't played him yet, so I'm on the one seat I'm not comfortable in. I mean, listen, like, I haven't drafted this set a ton. In fact, I've only drafted it once. And I think I went 1 and 2 the one time I drafted it. Or no, I guess I drafted it twice because we played a game. We drafted one time at my LGS and like I just like did not do well. So the shockwave gives us value to guarantee we can hit off the CLV. So what we could do is we can go 5 draw a card if they're going to let it hit flash in the channel. Hang on, I got to think about this one for a second. This is one of those turns where we need to stop and I need to really think this through. So we have snaps available to us, which means we have the ability to put this on the bottom to just go draw a card if we wanted to. The somersault lets us give this go again. This is a sweet 2-card 8 right here. We could also give it go again here if we wanted to. We could go 5 draw card and then somersault this back to our hand and try not to set up go again here, knowing that maybe we want to pitch a lightning card for the Starfall, because our opponent's at 6, and we're hoping to take every card out of their hand. We also have to think about how they're going to make us discard. So I think what we're going to do is since we know they have the Face Purgatory, we're going to lead on draw card here. Okay. We're going to snap. We're not dealing any damage, so there's no reason to do anything crazy here. Flittering charge for 4. I didn't change my name. YouTube did. YouTube is my old name. Riku is what I go by. You know is a play on my real name. Oh, okay. Huh, I did not know that. That's neat. And yeah, having snaps right there is really good. So this is literally 2 games in a row where snaps is just... Well, we could have used Lightning Greaves, right? We could have. It would have made us play a little differently so far, but... Flittering charge is the one we're going to buy back to our hand here. We're going to throw the flittering charge one more time. And I know that we could have just activated Grasp to pretty much guarantee we were going to draw a card this turn. But I think I would rather force the issue like this. Because the worst, we can always play the CLV, activate Grasp, and throw Starfall right here just to get an extra card. Like, we have multiple options here. Just save yourself the heartbreak and don't bother playing Warrior. Oh, that's a sad sentence to read. Why learn Warrior when Warrior is never good? I mean, Death, I'm saying that, like, it teaches you a lot about the game, right? Like, I'm not saying that Warrior is an all-star in the metagame, but I am saying that, like, it teaches you a lot about the basics of the game. And if you're looking to learn more about the game, I think that's a good place to be. We're at 8, and they have 2 Rune Chants, so we have to be a little careful here. The question is, do I throw Gone in a Flash just to make their hand weird? Probably not, right? Like, we're probably just supposed to activate Aurora and Arsenal this. We have a CLV for next turn. They're at 3, and we have a 5-card hand with a Lightning Press. Exude Confidence being for 7 right here is absolutely bonkers, and I'm pretty sure we just win the game on the spot right here. Again, I could be wrong, but this feels like win on the spot. Hey, Moore, what's up, man? Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I assume that she plays the most of the pretty expensive generic staples, right? I've only gotten around to purchasing a Tunic at the moment. If you're talking about Ira, Billy, then yes, she does play a lot of the very generic... she does play a lot of the expensive cards. Like, she plays, like, Command and Conquer. She plays Tunic. Okay, so we don't win the game on the spot, but we do draw an extra card here. So we get to throw Starfall, which is lethal. I wonder if there's a world I'm just supposed to throw... I wonder if there's a world where I'm ever just supposed to throw the Gone in a Flash and Arsenal the Entwined Lightning to set up for next turn. I mean, this hand's pretty good. It's Flittering Chart. Wait, this kills them, right? No, they have life gain, so there's no world that I'm just supposed to do this. I do not think this is correct. I think it is better to go 4, 4, and 4. I do not think that activating Grasp is actually the best play here. And I know that that's a weird thing to say, but... Back to the draft thing, I've only drafted this set once, but my Florian deck was off the charts, yet so simple. I think it would be with 3-0 nearly every pod. I mean, I think Florian's a pretty simple deck. Don't everybody get your pitchforks out at one time, but like I think that there's a like you know, like Florian is a deck that's like very like, I don't know, like it seems like it's very value based. I mean, making them have the life gain might have been correct here, but I think one of the things that scares me is that if we activate Grasp and throw Rabble, we only have one more 0 for 4. So they go to 3, then they go to 2, give us the reduce to Rune Chant, and then like they... Oh man, I would love for them to have to give us 2 cards here. So they did have the life gain. They did have the life gain. They would have lived. Are they still going to live? Do they have a defense reaction? No. They die exactly. We were able to get there exactly. Exact lethals. GG, opponent. Yeah. So, how does that turn play out if we go for the Rune Chant play? They pitch a card. Their turn was the reduce to Rune Chant, 2/3 blocks, and the Rootbound Carapace. So, activate Grasp, throw Rabble, gain a life, go to 2, go back to 1. Give me the reduce on the Rabble. Throw Snatch, Arsenal, Flittering Charge. They give me the Rootbound Carapace and the last card in their hand. So we don't win the game there, but we do take every card out of their hand. And then our next hand would have been Flittering Charge and Arsenal. And we would have went Flittering Charge, Somersault it back, Flittering Charge, CLV, E-Strike for 7. So 2 breakpoints and a 7 would have 100% ended the game there. What was in their arsenal? An E-Strike? We were in a weird spot there because our opponent had a heavy chance of like really putting us in an awkward spot. I think you should 100% should have used Grasp. I mean, it's... We know that they're probably playing 3 copies of Fruits of the Forest, and they're probably playing 3 copies of, like, Arcane Seeds. I mean, maybe I'm feeling a little biased because that worked out for me, but I don't know. Like, there's just a lot of these Earth Heroes are playing these instant speed life gain cards, and so, like, it makes me a little weary of just leaning on Grasp. Now, granted, we would have taken every card of their deck and won next turn, more than likely, but... I still think the line where we throw 3 breakpoints at them is just a better play, and we're setting ourselves up with an embodiment next turn. So even if they do have 2 defense reactions and 2 3 blocks, we're still in a good spot for next turn. So I think I made the better play there, but I'm open to being wrong. Florian, we went second against Florian, got the win. Arc Lightning turn got us back into the game. Was able to close it out with back-to-back CLV turns. All right, 2-0 on the night. It's a much better start than it has been, guys. Looks like maybe it's all coming together for me. Maybe it's all coming together. I think Snaps was correct. I'm not sure if I would rather play Cop and Tunic instead of combo equipment, though. So I guess, like, my concern was not having AB there, right? But maybe, like, when I was putting the matchup together, I was on Dominion, Ether Iron Weave, Grasp, and Snaps because in my head, I'm thinking, okay, we're the aggressor here. If we're not asking them the questions and forcing them to answer our questions, then, like, we're probably not winning the game anyway. So, like, Lightning Greaves may not be correct. And honestly, that game may have panned out in a way where I block with, I pitch blues to, like, use to block Rune Chance there, and we end up in a much different position that game if I'm on Greaves instead of Snaps. Also, we wouldn't have just been able to go draw a card on the E-Strike there. That is back-to-back games we have used Snaps to go draw a card on E-Strike, which has felt very powerful because it's allowed us to, like, really throw a lot of pressure afterwards. This is a matchup we want to go first into. I did lose a match against this deck earlier. Exude wasn't on the chain that turn, I don't think, Executive. No, you're correct. I get too eager. It costs me games all the time, especially when games are on Talishar. I mean, it's very easy to... Oh, you're saying the turn before that. How did they do that? I think it says play instant cards, right? Technically is what it says. This is a combo matchup. This is like hard combo against this matchup. We do run Exude here. They play a lot of defense reactions, so we want Exude in this matchup. Warmonger, Sink Below, and Second Strike are just kind of like the cards, so we run everything else in this matchup here. Whoa! Those sleeves are sweet. I like the gems that they have on them there. Those are really cool. I'm pretty tempted to play CLV and then activate Aurora and pass. We also have the option of, like, playing CLV, activate. I mean, I think it's just the correct thing to do. It's like, if they're gonna set up, it's just gonna be unfortunate, right? Maybe there's a world where I'm supposed to Arsenal this. Yeah, we're just supposed to activate Aurora because I don't want to let them transcend. They can definitely flash something into play here. Oh, they didn't have anything to flash into play, which feels really good for us. I mean, yeah. Deal. This is our turn here. Play or activate defense reactions or instants? Ooh, then I don't know. More like Craps, Crap Dragon Scalers, LOL. I usually play full combo equipment with Flicker Wisp, but without Flicker Wisp, I would rather play Cop and Tunic. So I'm not gonna lie, man. Without the Flicker Wisp, it still felt pretty good for me into the matchups where I want it. Like, it still felt pretty solid so far for me. Now, I'm not saying that I'm correct, but it has felt the cleanest for me so far. I definitely should have blocked with this on the Spectral Shield because there's a heavy chance they didn't attack me there again, so that was just a mistake. I mean, it would be the second Talishar bug we've run into tonight, so I'm going to be honest, it wouldn't be uber surprising if that was the case, but it'd also be the third time I've run into a Talishar bug today. Now, Jotrick did have a very quick response for me on the first one earlier today, so... Talishar team and Jotrick is absolutely amazing at answering everything and getting everything put together. I'm always very appreciative for them. I mean, this feels like a good turn. Exude Confidence is looking sweet. If they don't have an attack here to throw in front of this, then a card with equal or greater. I mean, I'm still wondering if, like, now we should just activate Aurora, right? Like, there's no reason to make this play. They lose a Spectral Shield. I guess we could have pushed over some damage right there. They could have had a defense reaction, I guess. I don't know. We are just going to go for this. I definitely just want to go for this combo play here. Dealing arcane damage to them. They block this. We crack the gold. We could have saved the Aether Ironweave, I guess, for a different turn if we wanted to, but they did it in response to the press, but I believe Exude was already at 7. They did. It was already at 7, and they did not defend with a 7. You are correct. You are correct. It was already at 7. Goodbye, bot. We are not interested in buying followers. We are not interested in buying followers at all. Thank you. So this hits, we get to draw a card. Drawing into a third blink is not really ideal, to be honest, but that's okay. So we're going to pitch a blink to activate Grasp. It's going to be an arcane damage here. Arsening to blink is actually not a horrible thing for us. It's really not that bad. We do get to push quite a bit of damage here, though, which is kind of cool. Imagine if Grasp wasn't like a once per turn thing. I mean, I know I've said that multiple times since I started playing Aurora, but just imagine. Just imagine. Do you believe in life after love? Heard that song when I was cleaning the house today. They had matching strength, or did it in response to you playing Exude? They did not do it in response to me playing Exude. I do know that, and I don't think they had something that blocks 7 on the chain. I don't know. Like, it's very... looking back on it, I don't remember exactly what they blocked with. Like, we can go back and watch the VOD later. It's really not that big of a deal. It's probably just a Talishar bug, but if it's not, then, you know, oh well. Beggars and choosers and all that. You guys know how I like to say that, so... I literally was playing a game earlier and Trent was like hanging out talking to me and he actually like said that before I could even say it, which was hilarious. Also having all 3 copies of Blink in my hand at one time is kind of weird. Weird flex, but okay. I don't really care about protecting this, right? Like my hand is Gone in a Flash, Flittering Charge. Actually, are we just supposed to play the Flittering Charge? Like, I think we're just taking 6 here, right? We don't even care about this. So it was already at 7, though, right? We played the Discharge beforehand, so the press made it for 10, which is, like, where it's a little confusing, I think. I could be interested in buying followers. Let's hear what they have to say. Dude, y'all crack me up. Y'all crack me up, bro. I do think we're supposed to throw Gone in a Flash just because we're looking to try and hit with the Channel Lightning Valley here. We want to do everything we can to get another card draw here. No Tunic in the deck list? I guess I did cut Tunic. That was what I cut the I did cut Tunic for the Aether Ironweave and the Crown of Dominion. Which I'm very skeptical on. I am definitely not saying that's correct. I am very skeptical on that decision, Andre, so we have played a lightning card, so it's just gonna be Starfall, Flittering Charge, Lightning Press it, Arsenal, Exude Confidence here. And then we can activate Aurora. I mean, they clearly must have a pretty good hand. They're taking a lot of damage. They're taking a lot of damage, and they instantaneously gave us a card draw. So... Wait, what, Waves? Yeah, I did. I definitely dropped it for the Ironweave combo 100%. That was exactly what it was for. Exactly what it was for. Blocking with a Ripple Away there. Taking 4. And we're going to activate Aurora, and we're going to Arsenal our Exude Confidence here. There's an argument that when I have Snapdragon Scalers up, it is better to activate Grasp, but I personally like activating Aurora. Somebody told me on Tuesday night that I'm probably not activating Aurora as often as I should be. And I've been trying to play by that. And taking some of the tips and the tricks and the things that you guys have been telling me about, I have been able to like really turn my win percentage around with the deck over the last like 48 hours. Hey, let's go. Big hydrate from Trent. Let's go. Let's make sure our hand's salvageable first here. So we're looking at Exude Confidence, Throw Starfall, play Sigil of Lightning, Photon Rush, activate Grasp, Arsenal to Static Shock here. With the, yeah, this is fine. We're just going to take 4 and see what happens. Big hydrate for Trent. Ew. That's gross. Opponent. I mean, really does do a lot to the layout of our hand here. If I block Photon Rush and the current funnel, I can go Exude Confidence for 4 into Static Shock, play the Sigil of Lightning. I can block Static Shock and Photon Rush, go Exude Confidence into... No, I don't like that. I like blocking with the Photon Rush in this. Gives us the best chance at pushing the most damage here. This is a better play. First discard should be an instant ability, so it should be blocked by Exude then. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. I'm not sure Crown of Dominion Ironweave is worth it without Flicker Wisp. I mean, yeah, so that's the big question, right? Is can you do that? Like, can you make the play of Ether Ironweave and Crown of Dominion without Flicker Wisp? And that's a question that I'm kind of trying to figure out tonight. Because if not, we're going to go back to Tunic and probably one Vaporize in the deck. Because I do like having the Vaporize, or the Vaporize and Shock, whatever it's called. Card's very good in the Runeblade Mirror a lot of times, but I don't know, like, this has felt pretty promising to me so far. This has felt pretty good. Exude for 4, pump twice, Static Shock, Arsenal Photon. Exude for 4, pump twice, Static Shock. Okay. I mean, that seems very reasonable. I don't hate that at all. I think we're just going to let this happen. They can't play defense reaction, so we're just going to get in here. I do like that line, though. We fall down to 14, and we're able to throw, what, 12? And we're able to Arsenal a Photon Rush. So that could have been a good play. Thank you for pointing that out, Amusing. I appreciate that. We'll go ahead and throw... If they take this... Now, they can't play defense reactions, which I'm a huge fan of. This is great. If they don't block the AB here, this puts them down to 6. Have they transcended yet? I think the answer is no. I'm assuming they're looking to transcend and put like a monster hand into play right here. It feels like that's going to be the play. We have a really good hand here with the Somersault. We're going to say no blocks. Okay. Yep. So they have now transcended. Is this Mirror Guy? I can only assume that this is Mirror Guy. I mean, they went from 14 to 6 and kept all of their hand here. So, I don't know. Reported the Exude Fruits bug, even though I didn't have the game ID. Oh, thank you, Paneris. I appreciate that. We don't have Shock Charmers in the sideboard. It's also very reasonable. I do have Shock Charmers in the sideboard. We are playing Shock Charmers. Yep, 100%, Hugh. Yeah, took the damage to swing 6. Very sus. That's like trying to figure it out over here. We are going to take 2. There's got to be something else. There has to be something else. Okay. You have perplexed me, opponent. I hope they get to watch this moment and know what the cards are in their hand and Okay. We get to have quite the hand here, to be honest. Like, we get to have a pretty good hand here. This is draw card. Oh, wow, that feels good. And then we can somersault the E-Strike back. Like, they're not going to let this hit. Nope, there it is. All right, so they're going to search up a chi. We're going to somersault this back. This is going to sound weird. I'm going to put the Channel Lightning Valley on the bottom here. I know that's a weird thing to say, but I'm going to put the Channel Lightning Valley on the bottom here. And we're going to draw another card. Because the floor of our turn after this is snaps to throw 7, which is insanely powerful. We can also just go 5 draw card here one more time if we want. Yeah, that was big sus. That was big sus. I completely agree. That was... They got me thinking on that one. They got me thinking on that one. We're gonna snap. Okay. So they're currently losing the Rage Spectre, which is what I imagine they would want to do. Like, losing the Rage Spectre makes more sense than losing the Spectral Shield here, I think. I guess it also... Well, it's only got 1 counter. It kind of depends on, like, what they're playing in their deck. I guess they could also activate Calming Gesture. Saw somebody asking for that the other day in the chat. I was trying to remember what card that was. We have went... We haven't seen a blue in... Nah, we're just going to draw a card. It's probably just always correct to draw a card here. Although 7 does push lethal. Shoo! Shoo! Love this card. Love this card. Won a game playing this card at instant speed today. That it feels pretty good, I won't lie. Been practicing Enigma for ProQuest, and this game is so confusing to me. What are they doing? I feel a little confused more, I won't lie to you. This has been an interesting game, and like I don't mean to like put our opponent down here or anything, but it's been a very interesting game so far. Are they going to give up the pathway? They've made more than one decision point that I think has been suboptimal, and I'm really trying to figure out like what's going on here, if I'm being honest. So, Channel Lightning Valley, Burn Up and Shock, and Twine Lightning fuse with Current Funnel. Now it's 2 go again. Entwine Lightning. No, we have to throw that first and then throw this. We're going to take 2. We're going to see what they throw at us here. My hand puts on a good amount of pressure. I'm just going to block 2. If this is Command and Conquer. Ooh. Oh. Alright, so we're going to go to 3. The Astral Etchings was sweet. I have to admit, I was not ready for the Astral Etchings right there. Where are these Enigma bricks when I'm testing my Betsy? Oh, brother. We are not going to play out the Channel Lightning Valley here. There is, like, literally 0 reason to. When we know they have Ward on board, there's absolutely 0 reason to play that here. I'm curious if they pitch a card or let the Spectral Shield go. Interesting. Makes it easier for the physical damage we are looking to put on them this turn. I kind of want to lead on Starfall. No, right? We're not supposed to. We're supposed to fuse with the Current Funnel. We can always Arsenal the CLV this turn if we need to, right? Like, we don't have to do anything with it here. I know, I realize, I understand that I said that and then immediately flashed it in. Classic. Classic. Guys, thanks for hanging out and being here tonight. Appreciate y'all chilling with us. Being here while we are trying to work through the And while we're trying to work through the Aurora deck here. Okay. 4, no arcane. We're not going to hit here unless they have like a weird no block in their hand. Sink below. Okay, so they get to keep everything. And they actually... what? God, what are they going to attack us for 11 next turn? Are we going to lose this game? We might lose this game. The aggro blaze from 5 seconds ago is not me anymore. LOL. Ah, no, that's not what I wanted. Shit. Alright, never mind. Oh well. I think we're actually just dead. Yeah, we have managed to lose this game. I thought we were going to win this game, to be honest. So now they attack and spend their resource, and we get to shock them and force them to make the right decision. It is the only chance we have. Yep. And we're just dead. Man. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. We had an AVPT of 16.6 over 6 turns and lost to Enigma. Feels real bad. That feels real bad. Where could we have played better? Like, what could we have done better to make that game look better? Was the E-Strike supposed to be for 7? Like, I drew into the Burn Up and Shock, which was very good. They did also have double Sink Below for the Entwine Lightning and the Arcanic Shockwave. That was very unfortunate for us. I don't know. So I guess if I play the Shock, when they throw the Spectral Shield at me, I get to play the Shock, and then I'm forcing them to either give up their action point there by giving up the Spectral Shield, or I'm forcing them to use the resource and not attack us, which means we get to go to 1 and keep our 4-card hand. So we actually could have played that turn out, and we would have been able to go Rabble, Snatch, and we would have went to 1. So I actually made a very, very poor decision there. Burn Up and Shock is a bait. I think Burn Up and Shock's a lot better than that. Yeah, if I use the Shock on the Spectral Shield, when they attack me with a Spectral Shield, if I use it, we force them to give up one of their attacks no matter what, and that was my mistake. That cost me that game right there. Yeah, that is a good mistake. That's a good thing to catch, and I'm glad we stopped and thought about it, because it means that I could have made a better play, and we... I mean, what? They were at 6, and they would have had... They would have had Ward 2 on board, and it would have been 4-4 into... it would have been 4-4-4. They block Warmonger's Diplomacy and Tunic. They block Weakest Link and lose the Rage Spect, or lose the... Yeah. Yeah, we would have cleared the board and dealt a little bit of damage that turn. Man. So we probably end up clearing the game, because after that, we were going to draw into... so our turn is pitch Lightning Surge to throw... Weapon, discharge, 6 going in 4. So we don't win, like, we're not winning the game, but we could have cleared the board there. Man, we had a play that could have got us there. Dang it. Yeah. Yeah, if they'd have used Tunic there, it would have worked out for us. I made a poor play and we lost because of it. It's good we caught it, though. I appreciate you guys pointing that out to me. All right, Talishar, Enigma. We went first. We lost. Had a play with Shock at the end to keep 3 cards and missed it. Cost me the game. All right. We're learning from our mistakes. It's a good place to be at. Learning from the mistakes is a good place to be at. All right. Let's keep on rolling. Let's keep on rolling. Cannot go for value E-Strike draw card with 2 wards on board. I mean, throwing that for 7. Throwing that for 7 instead of drawing a card. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm supposed to make that play. I don't know. I don't really remember the context of that hand and where we were at, but I don't know. We're going to see if the Crown of Dominion plan works again in this matchup. It felt pretty good. Round 2 of the games here. Gonna get play. Better get good fast. Josh, we're working on it, man. We're working on it, brother. That's the whole shtick. We're working on it, fam. So I really like play Sigil of Lightning, pitch Gone in a Flash, and Burn Up to activate Grasp, Arsenal, E-Strike. That is one of my... This is like one of the better openings we can have. And I am a big fan of arsenaling the E-Strike here because E-Strike lets us just draw a card, which I really like. Okay. 8 and 1 Arcane, which we take the Arcane. Let's see. E-Strike, putting the Gone in a Flash on the bottom. It's not a great pitch stack, to be honest. But I'm more worried about us having Go again. I guess if we put Photon Rush on the bottom, we have an unknown card and these. So we put Photon Rush on the bottom. We can play the Lightning Press if we want to. Nah, we're supposed to put the Gone in a Flash on the bottom, right? Yeah, we're just going to go to 31 here, I think. Just face it. Dude, I am definitely out of practice with aggro decks. And, like, dude, the streams for Monday and Tuesday have taught me that so much, Josh. Like, I have learned so quickly how out of practice I am with the, with aggro decks. It's okay, though. It's okay, though. Would be surprised if they pitched the Rune Chain here. Interesting. We've somehow managed to draw all 3 Gone in a Flashes this early in the game. Interesting. So we're going to... I don't really want to Arsenal Gone in a Flash. I guess we could throw the... So if I play Lightning Press here, I can go Starfall into Photon Rush, Arsenal the Entwine Lightning. We could also just always Arsenal the Lightning Press, I suppose. The pitch stack for this first hand is literally going to be Burn Up and Shock into 3 Gone in a Flashes, which is really awkward, but it's also possible they just have an Earth card here. Like, they just have a Plow under here they're just trying to get us with. Feels less likely now. All right, we brought the game back to parity just a little bit here. They had a very awkward starting hand, which I'm going to be honest, I'm very thankful for at this point. We are going to block. So play Channel Lightning Valley, play Arc Lightning, Entwine Lightning, fuse with Somersault it back, Iron Weave Gold, and go from there. How is Verdance as a deck to learn with? I think Verdance is kind of expensive, to be honest, Billy. And I don't know that I would learn the game by playing a wizard. Like, now, don't get me wrong. If you really just want to play a wizard, man, like, go for it. I'm not going to tell you to not do something you would enjoy, but I would learn the game with a deck that attacks and blocks very efficiently, because it teaches you the fundamentals of the, the fundamentals of the game and where you want to be at as far as that's concerned. And so I don't know. It feels like a rough place to start the game with, personally, is what I would say. Now, if you'd rather start there, go ahead. Hey, what's up, James? How are you, brother? Just give up the horse and go back to living up my name or rebrand. I have to say, like, my name started out because I was like a strict aggro player every single time I played. Every time, like, all I played was aggro decks and Magic. Was all I played. And so it's been very different. My experience has been very different through Flesh and Blood. So here's the question. Are we throwing everything to get the channel hit here? And how deep are they willing to go with this channel hit? They've done everything they can to stop the CLV hit this turn, but it's not going to matter. You can literally give me the Bark Skin and the Face Purgatory here, and you cannot stop it. So I think they realize they're going to save their equipment. I think that's a very smart play. Ripping into another Arc Lightning feels great. What a W. With the Arc Lightning, we also don't need to be worried about activating Aurora, which is kind of nice because it gives us that extra value of looking to just get value out of the original Arc Lightning we played. And then we can just Arsenal this one, set up the CLV for next turn, and be in a very positive position with everything here. Arc Lightning, Exude Confidence. Yeah, we have a great hand. This is awesome. Arc Lightning is turning on everything here. Get the First Strike decks to learn. Ooh, the First Strike decks are also a very good option. Not something I had considered, but I do really like Nathaniel's suggestion there. The First Strike decks are great at learning the game. Exude? Or are we looking to Arsenal Exude? I could lead on Static Shock here, right? Nah, we're just trying to get as much value as we can this turn, and I think this is the best place to start. Deal. Giving up a lot of your equipment. Oh, somebody's getting pulled over by the police right outside the house. I don't know if you guys can hear those sirens or not. I vote for Pitch Stack Blaze 96. I would need to be a lot better at pitch stacking before I would ever feel comfortable calling myself Pitch Stack Blaze 96. Can't play defense reactions here, bud. If they would like to undo because they realize that, that's okay. Exude Confidence is really lining up here. Alright. I mean, they didn't ask to undo, which, like, I mean, respect. So this is going to be Starfall, Static Shock, Activate Aurora, Arsenal Snatch. What? What are you talking about?
The fire trucks and stuff are here.
The fire trucks are here?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Did you forget to turn off the oven or something?
They're not like...
It was just a joke. It was just a joke. My jokes don't land very well with Carly most of the time. Most of the time it's because my jokes are bad, to be honest. That and Carly would rather laugh at poop.
My lack of what?
Poop. She's smiling. She's smiling, just so you all are aware. Have you tried Smash Up in the side? No, I have not. But go on. You have my attention. Also, Kadachi for one. I like the name. I also like that you have the like SpongeBob layering there from the meme. I mean, yeah, this is an option, I suppose. So if I lead on Exude, I can press it. And then there's no guarantee I can keep the CLV around here. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe we should like... man. It's like just awkward enough. Ugh. Ew. Gross. What are we looking at here? Discard the Rabble? Summer's Fall is a 4, so they could have a reaction here, which they clearly have in their arsenal after last turn. Discard the Rabble. Play CLV, Starfall, Lightning Press, throw Snatch. Yeah, I don't know. It is abundantly clear to me that they have a defense reaction in their arsenal after the way last turn played out. I'm tempted to dump Snatch, CLV, and Lightning Press. I mean, it would have been good there, right? We're going to get their defense reaction from Arsenal right here to deny us this hit. Yep, there it is. Knew it. Knew it. So the Lightning Press wasn't going to get there regardless because they were blocking with something with equal or greater base. So they were going to be able to like get there if they wanted to. We're going to throw the Snatch, even though it's probably just going to eat 2 cards from their hand. And then we're going to have CLV going into next turn, which is good for us. We also have our opponent down to 15 already, and we're not very far into the game. Turns out 1-cost CNC is good. Is Smash Up the one that you're talking about? Is that the one that like gets an attack action if it hits like the 1 for 5? Is that what you're talking about, Kadachi, for 1? Starting Exude sound good to Lightning Press on the Snatch. You could have also Lightning Pressed the Exude to stop their D-Reacts, but they can respond, right? They can just respond to that. Now, the D-React would have come in there on the D-React would have come in on the Exude originally because they can respond because technically its power's still at 4 until that responds, and they were blocking with a 4. So we could have tried to get them, but if our opponent understands the layer step, then we're not going to get them. So I think we were better off to make a more consistent play since we are winning the game and we know that we're taking every card but 1, maybe 2, depending on their hand. I think we made a more consistent play right there and set ourselves up for a better potential turn on the following turn as opposed to trying to quote unquote get them right there with the Lightning Press. I do not think I care about this at all. So, E-Strike, put Sigil on the bottom, somersault it back to our hand, snap. I mean, this feels like this has to be a snap turn, right? I guess we can put the Blink on the bottom and we can keep the Sigil because it kind of works. It works with all ways that we need it to here. We know we're not going to draw Gone in a Flash. If Gone in a Flash was in the deck, we could technically keep Blink in our hand because the combo of being able to make Blink and Gone in a Flash a 2-card 8 is very strong. So let's go draw a card. And we have Snaps and Somersault. Sizzle. Sizzle's looking real good here. Sizzle. I do like the 1 for 5 idea. I'm not gonna lie. Like, Kadachi for 1's really got my attention with the Smash Up as a 1 for 5. It's like an interesting sensor. Why can't they react? Oh, if I use it in the defense step. Oh, I'm such a forehead. Dude, you are so right. We should have pressed there. Oh, dude, you guys are so right. It's me. It's me who doesn't understand the layer step of the game. Jeez, good catch, guys. Thank you. You can throw into... Yeah, no, we definitely should have done it there. Never do the sizzle thing again? I mean, Trent, that was just for you, fam. That was just for you, brother. I assume that's what you wanted from, you know, this. We have played a lightning card. We have to keep the sizzle here, though, right? We have to keep the sizzle. I would like... My natural reaction was to play sizzle, throw Starfall for 5, but then we don't have really anything to do. So if we throw Starfall for 2... I guess there is a chance they can block this out, right? But they can't block both. There's no way they can block 7 and the Grasp here. I mean, I guess... No, it's not possible. They have a 3 block. It blocks 4, 5, 6. So they take 1. So the Rune Chant actually gets us here. Yeah, this is a good play. Yeah, they're just going to let the Rune Chant come through. And then we have a Static Shock. Now, we were not able to set up the embodiment for next turn, which is a little unfortunate, and hopefully we don't get punished too bad because of it, but so they just passed on our turn here. That was too cringe, as your younger siblings would say. Not very Sigma. Dude, what the fuck does that even mean, bro? I kind of want to throw Snatch since I have the Blink and the Lightning Press. We could also throw Flittering Charge. Nah, I like throwing the Snatch here. Then you flash in the CLV and overrun them because you still have snaps for Snatch if needed. I mean, the snaps would be very good right here, right? I mean, I'm just going to let this hit. I was like, I have no interest in, like, really trying to do anything here. All right, so they go up to 8. We're going to play Lightning Press. Only 1 defense reaction, please. Damn. And they do have the Earth cards. So they block 7. We're going to play the Blink to gain an action point, and then I'm going to throw Static Shock, Arsenal, Flittering Charge. Flittering Charge has a better chance of having Go Again, and Static Shock has an on-hit effect, so if they want to keep their hand, they're forced to take a little bit of damage here, which I like. So we take them down to 9 here. You love to see it. Yo, let's go. Dude, thank you so much, man. Let's go. Radicus, a.k.a. James, with that 6 months of Prime support, dude. Thank you so much, James. I really appreciate it, brother. Means a lot. Entwine Lightning, Fuse with Burn Up and Shock. We're just going to take 6 here because this doesn't matter. All of our cards block. 4 Go Again Fuse. 4 hopefully Go Again. 4 we can give this Go Again and then we can Snatch. Yeah, this is fine. Got to give the Bezo bucks. Well, fam, I appreciate it, man. It means a whole lot. A lot of great creators you could share that with every month, man. It means a lot. Not very Sigma of you. What does that even mean? Can someone explain this to me? Am I like really that old? Is there another term already? Makes me sad inside. Hey, we're rabbling. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. It's a very inefficient use of our hand of the Burn Up and Shock, but I think it's okay. What the Sigma? Okay. Now you're just... listen. If you're just making words up here, like, your mom. How about that, Trent? But... give this Go Again. Try to deal an Arcane to our opponent. Put them down to 5. They take 2, go to 3. And then this is for 4. I mean, we could throw Snatch, but it doesn't force lethal. Fruits of the Forest, I love this because it actually doesn't let them do anything. We get to keep we get to draw the E-Strike we knew was on top. This hand's really good. Flittering Charge, play this as an instant to get the Go Again. Pitch Static Shock for 2 Go Again, and then we get to come in for 10 and or 8 draw card, whatever we think is going to end the game here. I think this is the final blow. Think this is the final blow. We could also go 8 Go Again into 4, which is 12, or it's 2 and 10. I mean, yeah, it's the same thing. It's just spread out a little bit differently. Because this being for 10 should end the game on the spot. In fact, if they can block 10, I would be blown away. And I want to put the Lightning Surge in the bottom first because I think it works out better. So many people are playing yellow Rubon Carapace, and I just don't get it. I guess I'm the drama here because I don't get it at all. 9 turns, 14.38. Okay. Feels pretty good. Feels pretty good. All right, we're 3-1. Let's update the old spreadsheet here. Let's see. Talishar, Florian. We went first that game. We got the win. Had control most of the game. Arc Lightning turn. Put us ahead, and we never slowed down. Okay. Also made a mistake with the lightning press there. I'm glad you guys caught that, because it lets me be aware that I'm making those plays and that I need to be keeping up with things here. All right. 3-1 tonight. Going a lot better. We're playing against Victor. We are going to go second against Victor. I have only played 2 games against Victor playing this deck ever. I have won both of them. Take that for what it's worth, guys. I don't like Exude. They don't really run defense reactions in us, and even if they did, it doesn't matter. Second Strike, we're not hitting consistently enough, so we run our main 57, and we bring in Sync Belows to try and make this work here. I have played this matchup twice, and I've won it both times. I don't know if that's going to be the case now. Yellow D-Reacts allows you to turn ability. Oh, so it's just extra, like, you're just blocking 3 and, like, using your ability is how we see it. I think I'm going to take 1 because I like keeping the Arc Lightning here. Ooh, they're running Crown of Dominion into me. Spicy opponent. Spicy over there. Okay, Channel Lightning Valley, activate Aurora, keep the Arc Lightning. Heave a blue Thunderquake. Kind of want to Arsenal this, to be honest. So, Photon Rush takes 1 card out of their hand, Static Shock takes a card, and we don't really have the ability to set up anything else. Am I using CLV to keep the other CLV around? Or am I living in a world where I'm just going to go Static Shock? No, I have to play the Arc Lightning, right? Like, we have to play the Arc Lightning. I don't think we have another choice. We have to force them to make awkward decision points here. We cannot let them breathe. When you let Victor breathe is when you start losing. Maybe there's a world where we get lucky and we are able to draw a card here. Feels highly unlikely at this point. Ooh, especially with a test of strength. Yikes. They block the Arcane. We have dealt an Arcane, so this is 3 go again. What do they rip into? A blue disable. So they do have blue to pitch the Arcane here. I heave Thunderquake on turn 0 more often than most people do, but I also run Crown of Providence in this matchup, so I'm okay with that. I really hate pitching the Channel Lightning Valley here, but I do like forcing them to give us a piece of equipment or another card from hand and pitching a card here. We're going to take everything but 1 card guaranteed. We might take every card. Arc Lightning with the CLV is a very good early game pairing. If you lose, dude, this is not a good matchup for us, Josh. If I lose this matchup, what? If I lose this matchup, what, fool? Why did they pass? They just took it all? Okay, and we're going to keep the CLV around and Arsenal this. Yikes. This is not what we wanted to see, boys. I can tell y'all that now. Must have a card they really want to Arsenal here. I would have assumed they blocked with the gauntlets there as well. I would have assumed. I mean, yeah, they know we have the Snatch, so we literally have a Snatch in Arsenal. I also agree that their play should have been something a little better there. I don't think they made the correct decision. I guess they wanted to play this since it had been heaved. I'm thinking about playing Sink Below and sinking the Sink. because we have a hand that can, like, we can use snaps and apply a decent amount of pressure here. But if we draw into something like more beneficial, we could get a much better turn here. We could also take the alternative play of blocking sync, not fusing, and then or not syncing the sync, and then we get to go snatch, somersault it back, snap, photon rush, snatch, arsenal to sync below. I don't know. It's an interesting turn. I mean, it is almost guaranteed a pummel, I agree. We're definitely going to play sync below here. I think I'm going to go for the more aggressive play line here since we have CLV out. And we are rewarded. So 4, get it back, photon rush, snap, snatch, snap, flittering charge. Or we could use it to throw Starfall and then throw snatch. They know we have it. Drawing into the flittering charge feels very good, but I do feel a little awkward about the fact that we are early on in the game and we've already played one sync below and put one at the bottom. That feels like a mistake here. And yeah, I agree. There's a very strong chance that this is a pummel. We're going to get this back to our hand. 3 go again. Are they going to give this to me? They are. Interesting. So burn up and shock, starfall into snatch. I mean, it's multiple on hit effects. We could throw the snatch here and then double pitch to Aurora. Because they want to play CNC pummel here, right? I'm really curious to see how they play this out. I mean, we could use boots this turn. Okay, so interesting. So they don't want us to have an arsenal here or draw a card. I still think we're going to activate Aurora. I want to be able to keep the CLV around for another turn. Getting as much value out of the CLVs as we can is definitely like priority number 1 here. We could just give all of our equipment. It feels very wrong this early on in the game. I mean, our hand would be burn up and shock, forcing them to give us their tunic. So it was Spinal Crush, it wasn't a pummel. Interesting. Block Static Shock, 2 pieces of equipment. And then it is Lightning Surge. And then Fuse, Arsenal this. Or maybe it's just this. No, it's this. I think this is correct. Just 2 block and send 4 plus Arsenal 4. I mean, there's a lot of 3 blocks in this hand. We're going to go Lightning Surge. We're going to pitch the Burn Up and Shock to the Starfall for 2 go again, and then we're going to throw the Shockwave here, no fuse, which is a little weird, but mean, the trounce is good for you. Come on, one more time. Let's let them have some of my Clash luck. Oh, they did have some of my Clash luck. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. And they gave us a card here. Oh, this feels so good. So now I think we're supposed to pitch the Lightning Press, right? Because the Burn Up and Shock is solid. Like, that's a really good card when they're almost out of equipment. So this is 2 go again that they probably don't care about. And then we are going to fuse here. I know we're giving up information, but I do want to fuse here. We did have a couple of options on the Spinal Crush turn, but I think that ultimately we made the best decision because it gave us the most value out of what we were wanting to do. I'm very surprised they didn't give us a piece of equipment and try to, like, at least try to deny us that. I don't know. They've made some interesting choices here. Now, obviously, them throwing the Spinal Crush, like, they made that decision to throw Spinal Crush at me, which, like, I get. We're going to Arsenal Burn Up and Shock. Command and Conquer could be the worst thing here for us. Having triple blues is incredibly bad. Do we want to block with this hand? I don't think so, because we can go Burn Up and Shock. We have a couple of different options here. I think we're just taking 4. I'd really like to trade out, like, the Blink or the Sigil of Lightning here for, like, another insert red attack. Would be very good. Yeah, we have to lead on the Burn Up and Shock here. It's just the way our hand's set up. Now, one thing that's also worth mentioning is it is possible that our opponent is running defense reactions into us. Like, I personally run defense reactions in my Victor deck, so... I want to lead here. I kind of want to, like, make an embodiment and arsenal the Blink. Arsenaling Blink is a lot better than people think it is, in my opinion. Two go again. Because the last action card we played was Burn Up and Shock, so it gets go again here. Current Funnel is very good at, like, kind of, like, just, like, I don't know, like, fueling a turn a little bit. Like, I'm not going to say it's, like, massive damage output or anything, but it is cool to set up. We could, since we have Crown available to us... No, I think I want to Arsenal the Blink. I was going to say we could activate Aurora, pitch Blink to activate Grasp, and Arsenal this, but we have Crown available to us to protect us from Command and Conquer. There it is. You love to see it. You love to see it. Yeah, we're just going to activate Aurora and pass here. With the Blink, there's also an argument here to activating the Grasp, but I think this is better. Oh, this is 3? Bet. Hey, Trent, are you ready? It's time to sizzle. Now I'm just going to do it because I know it makes Trent cringe, to be honest. This turn's interesting. I mean, we have the play of Sizzle, Shockwave, fuse with the Lightning Surge, Photon Rush into... Actually, this is already a breakpoint, right? Now, it has go again. It has go again, so we have to do it that way. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. There's probably a better line here if I'd stop and think about it for a moment, but I can't find it off the top of my head. Can't find it off the top here.
Let's freaking
Chat, is this real? He said. Yo! Dover Ox. Thank you for the follow, brother. Appreciate you being here and hanging out with us, man. Guys, if you're here for the first time or you're hanging out, maybe you watch videos and you're just now catching a live stream, we got 3 questions we ask everybody when they're here for the first time. What's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Tell me a little bit about yourself. I would love to get to know you guys. 3 go again. They do have an erase face in hand, which is something we do have to like be a little weary of here. As a Victor main, your opponent's playlines make me cringe. Our opponent is making some interesting decisions. I am inclined to agree with you. As someone who has played well over 1,000 games of Victor, I have some questions. It's possible our opponent's learning the deck. It's possible our opponent values other cards more than we do. I don't know. Like there's multiple things that it could be here. Didn't they block with a blue? They did. Interesting. Yeah, so our opponent just definitely had a better playline there. Like 100% they had a better playline looking at that turn. So we do have to be a little weary of our life total. Little weary of the old life total here. We are down to 19, and they do play the Golden Sun to like really try and close games out. Electrostatic Discharge. How many Test of Strengths have we seen? 2? 1 Trounce, so not that many. We don't even have to use snaps here because of the blink. Get out of here, dude. Hot dog toppings are awesome. You're a trap, Josh. How about that? How about that, huh? I mean, any attack wins them this clash. I'm probably breaking a gold here for this, depending on the layout of my hand, right? They could have a Command and Conquer. They could want to leave it on top. No, they do draw into the E-Strike. Okay, so they block 7. We don't snap. We're going to play Blink to gain our action point back, and we're going to throw another Snatch. Blink basically served as a Snapdragon Scalers from our arsenal, and I'm going to be honest, if all of our blues were Snapdragon Scalers, like, feels pretty okay to me at that point. Also saves our snaps for another turn, which I really like. This is a very good decision point turn for our opponent. Yep, they give us Command and Conquer and a piece of equipment. They could have given us the E-Strike and thrown Command and Conquer at me after letting me draw a card, which would have been funny. I think we're going to take 7 here. Actually, we could block with Gone in a Flash, right? So it's Gone in a Flash, snap, discharge it back to our hand, and then it's pitch Gone in a Flash to throw Starfall. Yeah, we're going to go to 12 here, I think. I am Matsuz. I hope I said that right. I'm from Poland, and we do have a strong Fab players. Fab has really amazed me with the game design, and every card does something, attacking, blocking, pitching, and I really dig the fantasy dual setting with the equipment and stuff. Guess my favorite topping on hot dog would be shredded bacon with some cheese sauce. Okay, I've never had a hot dog like that, man, but you got my attention. I'll tell you that, brother. That sounds pretty cool. I'm all about putting cheese on a hot dog, so that sounds pretty good. Matsuz, I really hope I'm saying that right, man. If not, I apologize. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here, man. We are happy to have you, brother. I was like, you guys have a lot of very good players in Poland. Team Poland's very good. I don't know if like you talk to them or really interact with them or not, but they are very good. I have met the Team Poland guys before at events, and they are very good. Every time I've ever talked to one of them, they've been very good players. Are we guessing Pummel and Arsenal? I'm going to be honest. I haven't thought about it, but it would make sense if there was a Pummel and Arsenal. We have a Shockwave and they have a Rouse. Dude, they are getting very unlucky with their clashes. And they have a Chokeslam that time around. Okay, so we know that they have a Chokeslam in their hand. They put a Rouse and an Erase Face to the bottom. Seeing the Erase Face go to the bottom is kind of nice, won't lie. And then this is for 7. So Snaps allowed us to have a 13-point turn off of 3 cards. And Arsenal something, which is pretty solid here. They block 6. They're keeping their life total up. They're definitely leaning into the hammer game plan right now, which I really respect. Our opponent's playing a very patient game. They made some interesting decision points early on, and then have kind of been like getting back on track ever since. So Uh-oh. We could block 6, take 1, and then we could throw Rabble and press it, and then Arsenal the Lightning, the sink below here. Yeah, your name, what got you into Flesh and Blood, and what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Those are the 3 questions, man. Can you post your Aurora deck in chat? Yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. If you guys ever want to know my deck, it's always ! deck, but I just did that in the chat so you guys will have access to it. Yeah, I kind of like just blocking 6. We'll play a little bit of a patient game here. Attack for 7. Hopefully 7. And then we'll Arsenal sink below, kind of preparing ourselves for the worst here. Arc Lightning on top is not bad. And they have a Macho Grande in hand. Okay, so we push through 3 points. I believe that is all of their Clash cards, if I'm not mistaken. 3 Tests of Strengths and 3 Clashes. All right, so it's a fair game from here. They got to block and they got to play efficient the rest of the game. This has got to be a pummel. Also could just be like the best thing they have to do, right? It is possible that that's the case. Block 3, take 8, which means I died a pummel. I was like, there's just not a world this isn't pummel. Like, it's got to be. We'd actually go to 1 here. I mean, how many Command and Conquers have we seen at this point? 2. So there's 1 Command and Conquer left. Taking 10 seems a little silly. We discarded Entwine Lightning. It's 4 fuse, attack, do this, and then keep the sink below. I don't know. I think I would like to do this. I think this is okay, right? Like, this doesn't win them the game. So we're technically at 1, which is fine-ish. Oh, I guess technically we haven't played a lightning card. So it's going to be... We're probably just going to create a rune chant and pass here, right? They must have something... Like, they must have another Golden Sun here is what I'm assuming. And we're just dead. Yep. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. I don't really know what we could draw into here. We are going to sink something. We need to put something on the bottom. I don't know what we're trying to draw into at this point, but it's like I don't think there's anything left. We take exactly lethal. Good game, opponent. That was a close one. Our opponent definitely made a lot of questionable decisions throughout that game, but they were able to pull it out. I think that kind of speaks to how like kind of rough this matchup is, honestly. I mean, if I had blocked with the sink last turn, I would have just died the same there either way, right? Like, it wouldn't have mattered. It's not like we died with some equipment on board. There was nothing we could do about back-to-back Golden Suns that late in the game. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I just really... I felt like we were in a good spot for a while, and then I felt like I wasn't able to put a lot of pressure on. I don't know. Like, we saw all 3 CLVs, I'm pretty sure. Did we only see 2? This is the first one we played. Did we not see another one? I know we pitched one that was coming back around, but did we not see the last one? Yeah, no, it was still in there. We hadn't seen it yet. Wow, that's really unfortunate. Oh, well. Anyway, that Victor's a tough matchup. Victor's one of those matchups that I think is going to be pretty tough overall, to be honest. Talishar, Victor, we went first. Also, us going first. No, we went second. No, we went second. We lost. Back-to-back. Golden Sun. Close the game out. All right. Well, we were not able to get there, sadly. But was a good learning experience. Learned a lot of things about that matchup there. Not that there's a lot of things I don't already know about Victor, but still, it's good to know them. Feels like Victor is a Flicker Wisp combo game. I have never lost a game. So before that game, I was 2-0 into Victor, and both games I was playing Flicker combo. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think you need it, though. I don't know if you need it. Thanks, Martin. I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it. Hey, Shep, what's up, man? How are you? Name's Karan from Philadelphia. I assume that's what PH is. Got into Fab when I was at a low place. My siblings dragged me to a hobby store, and I've been addicted to the game ever since. Favorite hot dog topping is chili con carne and cheese. I don't know what chili con carne is. I feel like I've heard Curly mention this before, but either way, man, no judgment of the hot dog toppings. Well, brother, I hate that it came at a low point in your life, but I'm glad it came when it did because it sounds like it's kind of helped maybe turn some things around, man, which makes me pretty happy. I'm glad to hear that, brother. Guys, thanks for hanging out tonight. I appreciate everybody being here. We're going to take a small break. I got to use a bathroom. We're going to get some more water because I'm sure Josh is going to big hydrate here at some point. It's just how he is. So I'm going to run to the bathroom, get some water. We'll be back in like 2 minutes. Playing more Aurora. Thanks for hanging out tonight, guys. Okay, short break, and we're back. Philippines? Okay, hey, Philadelphia, Philippines, wherever you're from, man, I'm glad you're here. We're probably going to play 1 or 2 more games, and then I want to take the last few minutes, and I want to talk about some of the matchups, and I want to get your all's thoughts on, like, how we should approach some of the matchups. And right on cue, while I was gone, Josh with a big hydrate. This one's for you, Josh. I spilled a little. Whoopsies. All right. Good luck, opponent. So this is a crown matchup. This is definitely a Carapace matchup, and I think we want snaps here. We could play Sync Belows, but I don't think they're needed. I honestly think we just want to be on Exudes in this matchup, and we just want to be trying to push the tempo. Now, I do have a positive record against this matchup as well, but we just lost to something I had a positive record against, so I'm curious to see how it goes. Let's see. Talishar playing against New, and we are going second, and they are running Arcane Lantern. I am glad to see that they are running AB against us. The other night when we played against New, they were not, and it made for kind of a lackluster game. We're going to block this out here. What do you think the best Rune Blade is now? Ooh, that's a good question. The best Rune Blade right now. Man, what a question. I don't know. Viserai's up there. Like, Aurora is definitely up in that conversation right now. That's a tough question, brother. Best Rune Blade? I mean, you probably have to say Viserai because he just won a tournament, right? Like, it's probably just him by default because he just won a tournament. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question, though. How many ProQuests am I going to? So, I'm not going to one on Saturday. I thought I was, but I was going to drive 4.5 hours to go to a ProQuest on Saturday, but my mom asked me to stay in. My dad's having surgery, so she asked me to check in on him on Saturday. And then on Sunday, I am going to one. So I'm going to one this weekend, 2 next weekend, and 1 the last weekend. So it looks like 4. Beautiful. Yeah, Viserai won the Battle Harden in Milwaukee. Oh, that's right. Setsu is also from the Philippines. I remember him telling me that the other day. I guess we just want to throw Gone in a Flash, right? As opposed to throwing the Starfall. Would love it if this was a Blink. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers and all that. Thanks, Ludaflaw. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. How many ProQuests are you guys? How many ProQuests are y'all going to? I want to hear about this. Tell me about how many ProQuests y'all are going to. I want to be in the know. I want to be updated. I don't think we care about it this time specifically. Codex. We're just going to crown this away, right? Like, there's no reason to not just crown this away. We have a very good hand. Jesus, okay. I mean, yeah. None? Oh, dude, why are you not going to any ProQuest? That's sad. That makes me sad to hear. I am biased because I live in Florida. I would say Florian. I did accidentally write Florian in my log the other day instead of Florian when I was like writing down the matches for my games, which was pretty funny. Pitching CLV to like keep our CLV around feels really weird. Honestly, feels very wrong. But I guess like thinking about it from the like position of we'll probably get the second cycle, it's fine. I am also a member of 4-Hour ProQuest Drive gang. Gonna make a whole trip out of it, dude. I mean, don't get me wrong, like I'm excited because I enjoy we're just going to throw 7. I don't have Crown anymore, so I'm going to try and stay away from Arsenaling here. Like, there's only one within, like, 30 minutes of me. The rest of them are an hour and a half or more. And so the 4-hour drives just got to happen for ProQuest, man. It's what we do for the things we love, brother. I get it, Dows. I get it. I'm going to 0. Oh, yeah, you probably got to fix everything from the hurricane. That makes sense. Mine's a half hour away on Saturday. Bro, that's insanely lucky, Keaton. Insanely lucky, bro. I'm just messing with you. That is awesome, though, that you only have to drive a half hour, bro. That's cool. There's one that is about 10 minutes from my house. There is one really close to my house. It's like my local one that I get. So they did have a leave no witnesses in their hand. I mean, yeah, we're just gonna let it go. Feels bad, but you need a new roof, Josh. Well, you joined 2, 1 CC, 1 draft. I don't know who I should bring for CC, Betsy or Victor. I mean, I would definitely say to bring Victor. If those are your 2 options, I would definitely say to bring Victor. We're going through a lot of our power cards very quickly. Like, they're not lining up in like a positive way. They're not lining up in a positive way. So this is 7 and 1 arcane. We could flash this in here, but I don't think it's worth. I think I'd rather just arsenal it. I think parking this in our arsenal is fine here. I have new, but I think I cracked Betsy. Oh, dude. Dude, if you've cracked Betsy and you're not sharing with the class, like, unforgivable. Unforgivable. We can either keep this one around. We can either keep this one around by pitching, or I can arsenal it. And I think I would rather just keep this one around. I don't know if that's correct or not. Genuinely don't know. Arc Lighting does give us a lot of value this next turn. Curious to know what they throw at us here, though. Interesting. And I probably wouldn't have thrown that at me either. Feels pretty lackluster. Opening packs, now trying to build Florian and Aurora. Dude, let's go, man. That's exciting. That's very exciting. Aurora's a lot of fun to play, and I've only played a couple of games with Florian, but he's cool. Like, he has a lot of, like, value and a lot of cool things he can do and accomplish. It's very fun. Feels like a very rewarding deck. I can try to arsenal the Arc Lightning here, which could be good, because this is 4, somersault this back, 4, 4. I mean, it's just breakpoint galore, right? And we can arsenal a powerful card. I think this is okay. Considering like what this looks like, I think we're good enough to. I think we're in a good enough spot to be able to do this here, to not play the Arc Lightning this turn. Although maybe I just want to play the Arc Lightning to try and force damage. I don't know. Tough decision. Tough decision. When I can, I will spoil myself and get a Marvel Enigma. Is Marvel Enigma pretty cheap at the moment? There's a draft one, but it's an hour plus, and I know draft practice. I get that. I get that, man. I work most weekends, but when I get a chance to play something bigger than an armory, I go no matter what. I mean, listen, Douse, like, I get it, brother. I get it, man. I like to play in every big event I can get my hands on, man. I love to play in every big event I can get my hands on. All right, favorite scene blocks the first one. Also, don't mind to, like, pitch the Arc Lightning here if we need to. Maybe it's wrong to pitch the Arc Lightning. I don't know. 140, honestly, not bad for a Marvel. Most Marvels I've learned settle around like 125-ish. Generally is what it seems like. I did a lot of thinking, so I think they're going to give me this one. Yeah. They know we have this, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw this for 2. Clearly, they have a really good piece of disruption here. We have a sizzle on top. I mean, you've already given this to me. Like, I don't know why you would... I'm worried we're going to Arsenal this and get blown out here. I really am. Yeah, they took 10 to keep something powerful here, right? I don't know. I don't know about that. We might as well block with 1, right? Might as well block with 1. Hey, Pockets, what's up, brother? Yep. So it was going to be 10 no matter what. They got a current funnel and a blink there. I wonder if they'll take the current funnels out of our deck. Would be interesting. I really hope they pick the Sizzle because Sizzle's a one of it. It would be hilarious. Although they'll probably pick the Snatch since we haven't played any. I would pick the Snatch here if I was them. Makes the most sense. Yeah. It's a good pick. It's a good pick from our opponent. We get to play Sizzle, throw Starfall for 5, and then we get to activate Grasp, keeping our embodiment around, setting us up pretty well here, I think. Preparing for ProQuest this weekend. Last minute change of not going to ProQuest Plus at SCG Con and going to ProQuest Europe. It's closer local. Fair enough, man. I get that. I also thought about going to DC because it's only a 6-hour drive to get to DC for me. I did think about it, but I really don't want to go to... I really don't want to play Limited, if you want the truth. Like, I don't hate Limited. I would just rather play at a ProQuest because, like, DC will probably be packed. Oh, they just shuffled. I was like, how is this possible? This is where I'm missing Lightning Greaves, to be honest. This is where I'm missing Lightning Greaves. Yeah, the ProQuest Plus on Saturday is CC, right? Or on Sunday, I think. But the fact that the Battle Harden is draft, I don't like, to be honest. That's I don't like. I'm not a big fan of limited at big events like that. Okay, so it didn't matter. I think we're just going to play out our hand, to be honest. I don't want to Arsenal. I don't want to do anything weird. We're just going to set this up. I'm just going to play out my hand. Hopefully they have, like, all reds or some nonsense. I mean, they probably have at least one blue. Normally, these decks have a couple in their hand. Yep, there is 2 and 1 Rune Chant. So the Rune Chant gets blocked here. This is 2 physical that gets eaten pretty easily by card from hand. I think we do get to take every card here, though, right? I'm pretty sure this is every card. Every card, or they give us a CLV hit. Like, I mean, you know, it's 6 in one, half dozen in the other, in my opinion. Like, however you want to play an opponent. Yeah, and if they have 2 reds, they actually do get to use Tunic to bail themselves out here. Right? No. They do need another blue here. Which I'm assuming they have. Like, I'm assuming they have a blue. Another blue. It feels like New plays a pretty decent amount of blue, so having trip reds would be awkward. Possible, but not very likely, I think. I don't know. It's an interesting debacle. Ooh, they are giving us Tunic. Tells me that their hand must be a little awkward. Must be a little awkward here. Rune Chant, this has go again. How do you want to play this? A blue and a 3-block would have got you out of this turn without giving me CLV. 2 reds will not. Well, technically, I guess it will if you give me... Okay, that also gets you out of this turn. If you have a 3-block. Yep. And then the go again from the Arc Lightning gets met by their 1 pitched. And yep, so they did get out of that turn pretty okay there, to be honest. A lot better than I thought they would get out of that turn. Okay, let's think about this for a minute. Gone in a Flash, Blink, pitch, Burn Up, and Shock to throw Starfall, Exude, Snap, Gone in a Flash, or should we lead on Exude? If that's going to be the play, we should lead on Exude, right? That's just better. Also, are we better off? No. No, we're not better off to... Yeah. We also have some options here with the Blink and Exude, depending on what they do. We have some options, depending on how they play this out. I think leading on Exude to just go ahead and, like, say that we're going to use Snaps is a fine play here. So we're going to activate this, and then I am going to Snap here. They can't play defense reactions or do anything. Pitch. Man. I think our best play is to play the Burn Up and Shock. Throw Starfall. Pitching the Gone in a Flash, because Gone in a Flash with Blink second cycle is going to be insane. It's actually a cracked second cycle setup. What are you hmming, Josh? Yeah, the Gone in a Flash and a Blink second cycle is actually insanely powerful. It does feel weird to play this now, but this allows us to keep CLV around for another turn, and it allows us to apply some pressure here, because this is just 4 damage right here. Now, they could have another Bonds turn. I'm not sure what they're looking at here. Are we supposed to keep this, actually? Is there any world that we're supposed to keep this? I think so. I actually think we're supposed to keep this. Could bite us. They could have a Leave No Witnesses here. This could bite us, but we're going to try it. Oh, this hand's insane. I could block 10 and just plan on throwing 10 at them, right? Very odd play. If they have stilettos into like a Command and Conquer, we absolutely cry ourselves to sleep. Cry ourselves to sleep. Also, if it's Activate Mask, that's pretty bad here as well. This might have been a turn where we could have just blocked with 2 pieces of equipment. God almighty. You had, like, literally the 1 turn that we get punished for making that decision on. That's so depressing. That's so depressing. I should have just not respected anything they were doing and just played offense there. I hate making a conservative play and getting punished for it. Like, it's so wrong to just say no blocks and stare at your opponent. Ugh. You cry yourself to sleep now. Yeah, I mean, honestly, dude, that just, it feels so bad to get punished for making what feels like a good play. If I block with both of these, I still lose this, but it protects me from a 1-cost buff here. I mean, it is just a game, and I agree, but it's still frustrating because I want to win. Like, we're testing for like some of the most competitive tournaments that like you can go to in a local setting this weekend. They started that bluff on the previous turn. It did work out very well. Smooth brain, give me your disruption. LOL, Rolf. Hey, Sam, what's up, brother? I guess we take 2, go to 2, and then I get to play CLV. This is like, if I block with the Arc Lightning here, I just get like uberly punished. If I block with the Arc Lightning and they have it, we get blown out. We need this turn to be really good. And I don't know that a turn where we have to set up the CLV is going to be insane. Maybe I'm supposed to go 5 go again and then pitch this to Starfall, but I don't feel like that's a winning line. Throwing 7 could be good here, but I think we're better off to draw a card, right? There's a higher ceiling from drawing a card. I mean, it's weird, but like looking back on it, I don't think it's a mistake. Like, I think it is correct to block there. Like, it feels correct to block there in that situation. I don't know. Like, maybe with Aurora, maybe we're literally just supposed to say, like, to hell with it and say no blocks the whole time. I don't know why they use Tunic there. It is 100% a waste of a resource. If they have to give me Mask here, it's a massive W for me. Okay. Curious to know what they kept now. Yeah, and like, because we didn't draw a card, I have nothing to do on my turn. Yep. That's probably just the nail in the coffin right there. God. One mistake. And I don't even know if it's a mistake. And I don't even know how you quantify if that's a mistake or not. We're going to have to give up at least 1 card here. So we're going to discard the Lightning Press. And then it's go again with the Entwine Lightning, fuse with the Sigil. Or am I supposed to discard? I discard the Exude, get Entwine Lightning. I mean, I can't block to keep my card, so it doesn't really matter what I get here, right? Maybe I'm going to have to keep my card. Maybe we're going to have to get E-Strike. Discard Sigil and then block 5. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't. I mean, we're still fighting as well as I can, but the problem is that, like, yeah, like, they have a handful of reactions that they know is going to kill us if we don't give up, like, 3 cards here. And it's not like we have them at 1 where if they like tap out and have no resources, I can just like shock them out of nowhere and get the game. The bonds you were kind of messed up on because you had double lightning press, which meant he could always take 2 cards from a hand. In future, I'd recommend not drawing 2 of the same card with a new place of bonds. Dave out here with the real advice, though, fam. Dave out here with the real advice. I do, like, if they have a levels, I do not want to no block this, but I don't think there's a world where I can afford to block this, considering I only have 2 cards that block in my hand. Oh, man. Dang it. This was a game we could have won, and they had the levels. Oh, well. Next game. We got him next game. Yep, there's just nothing I can do here. Like, that one turn, and my opponent just, like, literally had nothing. It's one of the downfalls of that. And, man, like, I was just thinking I should block, and it just cost me. God, that one's gonna stick with me for a minute. That's very... I honestly... I hate to lose that game because I made what I felt like was a better play than just going, no blocks. Bonds play late got me when they had go again into C and C. All right. Oh, well. From now on, we'll probably just be saying no blocks. And that'll just be that. Which, I guess, I don't know, hurts me even more. I mean, I guess if they get to take 2 lightning presses out of my hand, like, it is also, like, kind of the same. I don't know. That's weird to think about. But who blocks 4 on bonds? If you mean, like, blocking with just my equipment, like... I mean, I have seen bonds like get to only 4 before. It is possible that it only gets to 4. Oh, this is a fun matchup. I've played this a couple of times. I've won a couple times and I've lost a couple times. So I'm very stuck on whether I want to add in the blues or not to like be able to pitch. This is 100% an exude matchup. Part of me thinks that... Part of me wonders if I want to cut Photon Rushes in this matchup and add in Warmongers and try to play for like more blues and being able to AB a little bit more. Can I get a game against you? Yeah, Brick, we can play one after this if you want, buddy. If you're down for that, man. Bet on Kano, got it. We're just going to run the Exudes and we're just going to play it like this and see how it feels. Really don't like my opponent's name. Feels extremely inappropriate, but okay. Talishar, Kano, and we are going second, which is notably what I would pick. I would want to go second in this matchup if I had the choice. I did not mean to open Adobe right there. Lol. I think Discharge is better to keep than Somersault. I'm going to turn these off because I have no interest in hitting this. Although I really don't want to let them... Why is it only for 4? Interesting that it's only for 4. I guess they didn't let it finish resolving, maybe? If you're calling that out, I was about to type the same thing. You're about to type the same thing, what? Sorry, I just want to make sure I understand. We're going to play CLV. And then I'm going to play Arc Lightning. We're going to see what they do. I'm curious to know if they pitch here or not. Be interesting, because I do have access to AB1 through the Cloak and through the Metacarpus node here. We're gonna pitch this. I mean, if they're going to truly deny us the CLV hit here, they're gonna have to block with every card in their hand. Yeah, I really don't like my opponent's name. Actually, you know what? Like, we're just gonna do that because I had that from where I had something put up there. But yeah, our opponent's name is extremely inappropriate. Like to be, I get it. Like we're not at Chuck E. Cheese or anything here. Like we're all adults, but at the same time, it's just highly inappropriate. So we're just going to put that white border up there so nobody has to see that. Might start doing that all the time. I might just start leaving that there like permanently so people like don't know who I'm playing against. I don't know that like really matters, but would definitely rather have the discharge in my arsenal, but beggars can't be choosers, so we're gonna arsenal the Gone in a Flash and hope that it lines up here for us. It does not really. Pitch the current funnel. AB3. May want to cover Talishar chat then too. That's honestly not a bad idea. This only costs 1, so they could throw this at me, but I was like, I don't think they will. I mean, it may not be a bad idea to cover. Oh, the chat. I wasn't even thinking about that. I don't know. The name's a lot smaller there. Maybe it's okay. I don't know. That's a name worth reporting, in my opinion. Yeah, I'll probably report them after this. Somersault looks incorrect in a Kano. It probably is. It's probably just a card we can cut in a Kano, honestly. Five go again, and then I can somersault it back to pitch to throw Starfall for 2 go again, and then throw Gone in a Flash. It's a very weird hand. Yeah, we'll definitely report them after this game. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and do it now. Report player. I don't even care if it like saves the chat in the middle of the game. I don't like their name. They can just get over it if they don't like it. I wonder if it tells me that. I wonder if it tells them that I did. Getting this back is kind of cool. Let's just go again into Gone in a Flash. We could also just Arsenal this, right? I could go Discharge into 7. I mean, we want to put as much pressure on as we can here. It's like pretty much the name of the game, right? So we can either... I mean, I think it's better to throw 7 and Arsenal the E-Strike. E-Strike has a lot of potential value here. It does tell them. I mean, I don't really care if it tells them. Like, they can be upset at me for all I care. Like, it doesn't matter. They can just be upset at me. It is what it is. We are not exactly drawing the hands we want. Open the Floodgates is pretty good. This does only come in for 3, so we can technically pitch a card if we want. Yeah, I know that it like pops up in the log when like it tells them that when like I know it pops up in the log when like you report a game issue. So it could be the same thing here. So here's a real question. Is this hand worth keeping Shock Charmers? Like are we Are we supposed to just take the 5 here? I mean, they don't know what's on top, and we don't know what's on top, right? Yeah, I agree, Martin. I completely agree. Like, I mean, I don't know. They're just, like, there might be kids playing, you know, and I don't really want... It's unfortunate they had 2 cards that draw cards here. Now this, I think we're going to AB3. Yeah, they cannot throw this at us because they don't have the resources here. I kind of want to keep the Exude. Kind of makes me wish I had snaps here. Wonder if I'm supposed to play AB2 and snaps. Really makes me wonder if that's what we're supposed to do here. I think this is all about pressure here. Plus, if we draw blue, we don't want to arsenal it. They're going to try and kill us here. I mean, to be fair, through Spell Void 3, like, they don't really have to get that lucky to kill us, I feel like, if they have a combo piece in arsenal. Yeah, no, 100%. 100%, Martin. I completely agree. I guess we could have just thrown the 4 at them, but that's the same thing, right? I don't know. It's kind of the same thing, I guess. I did save the game name. We're going to have to go into the Talishar Discord and report them after this, because it did say to report them. I can't see the message anymore, but it did say to report them. I guess I could have waited till the end of the game. I mean, if they throw the Open the Floodgates at us, I'm kind of tempted to, like, turn on Tiara and Shock Charmers here. If they throw this at us for 4, right, I'm just going to give up the Tiara. Because I'm willing to take some damage, but them throwing 2 for 3 at me does not bother me. Let's see here. How do you report things? It doesn't say where I can report things. All right, we got that set up. I got that taken care of. I don't really know what our opponent's doing here, or what they're like. And by the way, if they do request a chat, I'm absolutely not doing that. I refuse to request a chat here. So we're gonna see how much this is dealing. When will we be streaming next? I'd like your opinions on my deck, Betsy deck, if possible. So the next stream will be on Monday. This is the last stream before ProQuest this weekend, and then I will be streaming on Monday. Be streaming on Monday, brother. And I'd be happy to talk about it, man. Like, if you want to, like, share your deck list or something, like, next week, I'd be more than happy to talk about it. I also think we're going to play Max next week. I've had a couple of requests for Max recently, and I don't know, Max is fun. I like to play Max. I think he's really fun. He also maybe doesn't have a horrible place in the metagame, because flipping into the mech suit's really cool. So it's a pretty sweet thing that we're trying to do with the mech suit. They decide to keep their cards for their turn. Okay, we do draw into... I mean, I don't think we're supposed to Shock Charmers this. I think we're just supposed to AB3, right? Yeah, I think we're just supposed to AB3 and pass on the Shock Charmers, take one, and let them find something with cost 1 or less here if they want to. Like, none of their, like, I don't know, like, Blazing Ether is really the only one I can think of here. Okay, they did not do anything here. So I honestly think what we're going to do is I'm going to throw Snatch, and then we're going to Lightning Press it. I like the idea of throwing Snatch with Lightning Press here, because if our opponent doesn't block, thinking that they're going to combo and see what we do, we have the ability to have Shock Charmers and AB2 when we're still at 26, which I think gives us a decent spot to be in. I'm not going to say it's the best spot in the world, but I think it gives us an okay spot. We are going to play this now, and here we go. It's now or never. Whoa! I'm hoping this pans out for us here. I would like for this to pan out for us. We'll see what happens, though. Kano can do a lot of dumb things, so we're kind of just along for the ride at this moment. Have no reason to play anything else for my hand opponent. Lethal is on the stack. Or I guess, I don't know. I guess the stack isn't really a thing in this game. I guess that's just a thing for Magic. I hear a lot of people call it the stack because they come from playing Magic, though. Ooh, starting with a red, that feels pretty good for me. The fact that they weren't able to set anything up here, I feel like kind of bodes well for us in this situation. If you don't do something else, I was like, Kindle, okay. I was like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't truly, I assume they know what they're doing here. They rip into a blue, activate Kano, hit the Ether Wildfire, draw a card off the Kindle because they have no cards in hand. Hit and open the floodgates. That is depressing. So I mean, they did hit some good cards in the dark here. It's called a stack here too, I believe. Back then it was called... Okay, so it was called the Chain Link at first. Yeah, but I think a lot of, like, we're now commonly referring to it as the stack. Okay, so they cannot pay for Metacarpus nodes, which means this is going to be 6. If I take 6 and go to 20, which I think is just incorrect, I'm just thinking out loud here. This then comes in for 9. I block 4, take 5, so we are just supposed to AB this here. And if they activate Metacarpus nodes, then they just lose in the spot. I think we lose, though. I don't think we can win. It is worth noting that if we had a blue and all of our Spell Void, we could get out of this situation because we could block all of it exactly, but we don't. So, I mean, yeah, we're going to AV2 and we're going to Spell Void here, and we're going to hope that they fizzle. Did they click too far? I should have just said no. I should have said no because of their name, to be honest. I should have just declined, took in the win and went on. Although I do want to see how this plays out. For the testing purposes, I really want to know how this plays out. I mean, we could have just taken the win. Would have been an extremely toxic thing to do, but I'm kind of here for it considering their name. But I think I'm more interested in knowing how this plays out. I've already reported them in the Discord. Like I'm not interested in people running around with stuff like that. That's just, it's very distasteful. It's very disrespectful. I'm also curious to know what they have in their arsenal. This costs 0. So what? This comes in for 3. And unless they have a powerful spell in their arsenal, which is possible. If they have blazing in their arsenal, I don't even know if we're dead then, right? Wow. My God. Our opponent is just ripping in the dark here. Jesus Christ. This is why people hate Kano. How are they opting? Please let them both be to the bottom so that I can just be uber salty if they hit it here. So what? We were at 26. We've taken 10. If they have blazing right here and the Metacarpus node, it's only for 13. They go bottom and top. This would be lethal if they have blazing. Because this deals 3 to us. We go to 13. And then they have 16 damage off of the blazing ether. If it's in their arsenal. And if they don't have blazing ether in their arsenal, they're just dead. Yeah, dude, they're just like ripping right now. If they've slow rolled us and they have the blazing in their arsenal, I'm gonna be very sad. It's for 16 or 17, I think. Damn, that sucks. I mean, dude, They hit either the wildfire. No, they hit the open the floodgates in the dark. In the dark. That sucks. That feels bad. I mean, yeah, Kano moment is true though. Like, and that's the thing about playing Kano is like, there's a lot of games that like people don't talk about, but you either literally lose because you do not hit a card like open the floodgates in the dark, or you win because you do. And it's very unfortunate that happened. Insufferable bunch, LOL. I mean, listen, like, they're playing a powerful deck. They drew well and we lost. It is disappointing to lose that game, but I get it. It is what it is. It is what it is. So, oh well. Oh well. Brick, are you still hanging out? Do you still want to play a game, man? If you still want to play one, I got time for one more, brother, before we call the night. Yeah, no, that's exactly why Kano runs 9 copies of the card, is because it's just insane like that. And when they started by pitching a red, I thought we had a chance. I hate wizard mains. I bet you do, Nick. I bet you do. I did see a victory screen on our end. I mean, listen. Listen, we did get the victory screen, right? As far as testing is concerned, I'm adding it to our spreadsheet here as a loss. Hit, open the floodgates, blind, in the dark, then gaze the ages in the dark to win. Which, I mean, like, is a very accurate representation of how that game went. Like, I don't think we missed any points or left any damage off the table, so it is what it is, you know? Hey, Brick wants to play. Let's go. I think we got Brick on Discord, so let's get a private game going here. It'll be a lot easier than just trying to say looking for Brick. Let's see. Brick. There you are. There you are. All right, Brick. Best of luck to you, brother. Best of luck to you, fam. All right, we got time for one more game, and then we're probably going to talk about the deck a little bit before we call it a night, because I want to talk about some of the matchups and kind of how to sideboard and stuff like that. Ooh, Verdant should be fun. Let's see. So I do not have a Verdant's matchup set up yet, so this should be interesting to see. I have yet to win against an Aurora. Well, best of luck to you, man. Kano is not fair, Josh. I'm gonna hard disagree with you on that one. It like literally breaks the like basic agents of the game, so I'm gonna hard disagree with you on that one, brother. Against Verdants, they do play a lot of defense reactions, so normally Exude is like the play that we want here. Second Strike isn't really where we want to be. This is very similar to like how we sideboard for Kano, and also how we sideboard for Florian. I think this is exactly where we want to be, and we want to run this here against Brick. But we do bring in the Shock Charmers because it helps us with the AB late in the game when we need it. So I was joking, LMAO. Yeah, I mean, we can't outplay the high roll sometimes, but it's okay. That's okay. I like to tell myself I'm getting all that bad luck out of the way before this weekend. I'm going to turn this off. Okay, so Brick's playing a more heavy arcane version if he's playing nodes and striders into us. Kano is blind Azalea, but 5 times stronger. I like that analogy, Pockets. I hate Kano as much as the horse and Runeblade. I mean, I don't hate Kano. Like, I mean... Brick with an opening hand of all time right here. So we have a pretty good hand here, right? Like there's no reason to actually do anything because we get to Gone in a Flash, blink it back, Rabble, pitch Gone in a Flash for Starfall Snatch. I don't know if it's right, but it's funny. I mean, it feels pretty good to me here, I think. Yeah, he is playing Waning Moon, like, which is like another key indicator here. I really like playing against the Wizards because like it really forces you to like think. And I think playing against Verdants is also interesting because when people were still like working on Aurora, I had a positive win rate playing Verdants into Aurora. Excuse me, as people were working on Aurora, the original Verdants list I had a winning percentage. Now it was all on Talishar and like some random testing, so take that for what it's worth. But it did feel good. Blink this back. Yes, we will return Gone in a Flash. You love to see it. How much damage are you willing to take here, sir? Is the question. Okay. I guess just waiting to see what else I'm going to throw here. 4. You love to see it. I play Storm in NTG, so Kano is fun for me. That's actually like the best comparison I give people is like, as a person who played Magic for years before they ever got into Flesh and Blood, Storm is a very accurate representation. Now, I think that Storm takes more setup than Kano does, but like Storm is a very good comparison. Very, very good comparison. Getting all of Brick's hand... We've seen one tree pitched, and we just got a tree out of the way, so that feels very good for us here early on in the game. I like Wizards, just not Kano. I like the new concept they're pushing with Wizards. Like I like the new concept they're going for with Wizards. I think it makes it fun. We're gonna look to Arsenal the Arc Lightning here. We can play Burn Up and Shock, Photon Rush into Static Shock, and then we can Arsenal the Arc Lightning here. Photon Rush, which has actually been a way better card than I thought it was going to be. I was really concerned about like how awkward this card might be, if you want the truth, when I saw Lupine playing it, but it's actually been sweet. It's been solid. It's been a good add. It's been a good add to the deck. I just started an Icelander, or I just started in June, so no Icelander or other Wizard exposure. I mean, I get that, John. Like, you're playing what you have access to, right? Like, it makes sense. It makes sense. And dude, like, don't get me wrong. Don't let anybody kid you. There's nothing wrong with playing Kano. There's nothing wrong with playing Kano. I mean, it does personally, you know, make me want to rip my hair out, but I think it has a positive spot in the game as a whole. All right, this feels like a dude, sweet. We do not care at all. Beautiful. You love to see it. Arc Lightning, Exude Confidence, Ravenous Rabble, Photon Rush, Static Shock at the end, or pitch Static Shock here. Nah, it's just better to throw it, right? It's just better to throw it. We could also Arsenal it here. So we basically have 3 0-for-4s and a 0-for-3 this turn. Nothing wrong with Kano. It's Kano players that are the problem. Yeah, Nick, you hear that? You hear that, Nick? It's Kano players that are the problem. For anybody who doesn't know, Trout Hammer is Nick Mahalis that top-aided the calling in Minneapolis and came in 9th, actually, in Tampa as well. So proving that the stigma about you know, Kano players in Limited is not true, hilariously. But yeah, no, Nick's a good player, so I like to give him a hard time. You guys should definitely, everybody should just give Nick shit all the time. Our opponent has a fine name, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the blank white thing here that we had set up. I mean, it was limited with the wizard set. Trent makes a solid point. It was limited with the wizard set, so Trent makes a point. Yeah, Liam, I think that Kano, like, honestly, don't get me wrong, like, losing matches like that always feels bad. No one enjoys losing matches like we just lost, but it is in my opinion something that the game does need to kind of keep in check. Oh, he blocked with E-Strike. Okay. I was like, how? Sir? Sir. And he didn't decompose there. Oh, he couldn't. No, he could decompose. Kind of feels like this might be a plow under. I don't know. We'll arsenal this. We'll set up. We technically have crown, so I'm pretty content to just like set this up and try to arsenal here. Damn, did I call it or what? Kano Illusionist will always be hated. Kano is like Nadu from MTG, and Illusionist is like the blue players of Magic. And I think that's a very good translation as well. It does make a lot of sense when you think about it that way. Like, as a whole, it makes a lot of sense. So I get it. I get it. How many Earth cards are we going to have? 2? We should probably wait. There's a lot of physical attacks in this deck. Well, we think there is, but this is Waning Moon version, so burn Kano on a stick. Arc Lightning? I mean, I think we have to lead on Arc Lightning here. It's just the most damage output we can do with this turn. Lightning Surge. We also have not seen a CLV yet. We'd like to see one sooner rather than later. I can go Entwine Lightning Fuse and Arsenal the Lightning Surge, depending on what they do. Or I can pitch the Lightning Surge to Starfall. Interesting. Waning Moon is just so they can push 7 damage with Striders. It doesn't mean they're running more spells. Okay, that's good to note. Thank you, Jay. I definitely say try it, but Fab is much better, and I'm an old MTG player from the mid-2000s. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty on the side with Pockets. Like, if you come from playing Flesh and Blood and try to learn Magic, I don't think you'll have a positive experience. Like, in all honesty, I really don't. And that's coming from someone who like literally played Magic competitively for 7 years and grinded Magic the whole time. Like, I understand why. I just don't think people will enjoy it like they think they will. All right, Lightning Surge for 4, go again. Starting out by trying to put Brick in an awkward spot here. I forgot I ordered an EA Dyadic Carapace and opened it in front of my wife. I gotta get some flowers. Oh, that's hilarious, bro. I love that. That's so funny, man. I love that. I absolutely love that. So Pocket said he would say to try it, which, like, I get. Like, Magic isn't a horrible game. It's really not. Magic is actually, like, quite a bit of fun, and I still go play Magic from time to time. Every now and again, there's like an RCQ, which is like the equivalent of like a ProQuest, basically. Just like because our local store gets them, and I go and hang out, and it's fun to see all my friends again and stuff like that. Still doing some Legacy. So I kept a couple of Modern decks just to play for fun, but like when there's a standard RCQ or something like that, I'm literally borrowing a deck every time. Brick said I suck at guessing if you're gonna get through an on-hit. I mean... two go again. And then it's gonna be 7. Yo! John Louisa? I really hope I said that right, man. Thank you for the sub on YouTube, brother. Appreciate you being here and hanging out with us. Guys, if you're here for the first time... Okay, it's blue. Okay, I was like, how is this 5? But it makes sense. Guys, if you're here for the first time, like, maybe you watch the videos, maybe you're just now catching us live for the first time, we got 3 questions we ask everybody, man. What's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? I would love to get to know more about you guys. Please tell me more about y'all. So we activate Aurora and pass. What are we putting on the bottom here is the question. So, Felling of the Crown, there are only 2 Earth cards over there. So, Verdant's not turned on yet. We can Snatch, Somersault. We put this on the bottom. We get to go Snatch, Somersault it. Starfall, Snatch, Aurora. Like, it's fine, right? Like, it's fine. We're just going to block, try to keep life up a little bit here. My friend group has been getting back into Magic from when they were younger and played. I've never played Magic. I can't find a playstyle I like. What a strange game. What do you, I'm curious, what do you think is strange about it, Shane? And like, genuine question. I'm just like curious, like, that's it just has my attention. Like your statement has my attention there. So I'm curious to know why you think it's a strange game. Having been someone who's played it for a long time and grinded a lot of Magic, I'm like, it really catches my attention. Also, after 30 years, my first featured match was a Fab match in Tampa versus a previous calling winner. That's hilarious. Well, it feels like probably like a very unfortunate set of circumstances in that case to play against a previous calling winner. Who did you play against, John? I'm curious. And I nailed the name? Okay, good. I always feel bad when I get people's names wrong. Like, and I mean that very sincerely. Like, I don't want to say anybody's names wrong on purpose. So... Fab has only experienced 1 era at this time. Oh, dude, like, it is like Flesh and like. I was telling someone the other day that like Flesh and Blood is like in its earliest stages of the game. Like we are not even remotely into like how deep the game can go, or in my opinion, even how good the player base will be when it's all said and done with. The player base has such a long way to go, in my opinion, just because like there's just so many great people that play other card games that haven't even looked at Flesh and Blood yet, and they may never, right? But I'm not saying that the player base of Flesh and Blood is bad. Please, nobody misunderstand that. Like, we have some of the nicest and friendliest people that there is in the world, but man, like, there's a lot of things that we can do with Flesh and Blood. Put Shockwave on the bottom. Go draw a card. We are going to have to take 8 here and fall down to 15. Brick is catching us quickly, but that's okay. We've almost ran Brick out of equipment. And it's very hard for Brick to go for the combo kill. When we have Stormstriders in play. Awkward. I am going to throw the snatch here. I was like, I would be baffled if Brick went to 9 here. I am bad? I don't believe that, Josh. I don't believe that. You just don't get to practice as much as everybody else. Like, very rarely would I ever look at you and say that someone's just genuinely bad at the game. In fact, honestly, I would never say that to anyone. I would never say that to anyone. That's all the fellings, right? No, it's 2 fellings and a plow under. Okay. Hey, what's up, Michael Paul? Pretty sure aggro can attest to pre-COVID MTG and how it's changed. And pre-one-turn Yu-Gi-Oh games were a better era. Oh, dude, no, 100%. Like, Magic has went downhill a big way, in my opinion, since COVID. That's why I don't play it anymore. Like, straight up, it's why I don't play Magic anymore. It's taken a very negative pace. Like, it's just taken a very negative, like, direction, and I'm not a fan of where it lives anymore. Although I say that, I used... Oh, man. Brick is giving us the business right now, son. We don't have an attack. He said last one, I swear. LOL, dude. Brick kills me. Mark Morrison, round 1. I was in over my head. I mean, it's just like that sometimes, man. You would tell Carly that she's bad? Dude, if Carly played this game, she would be better than all of us. And y'all can quote me on that. Y'all can quote me on that shit, dude. Does not bother me at all. How many burn open shocks are left? All of them? Num 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 num. We about to eat, son. We about to eat. All right, we're just gonna go ham here. We're just gonna throw 10 at Brick and just like hopefully push through a lot of damage here. The Sigil of Lightning does like kind of like although me playing Discharge up front should tell Brick that my hand is like just one attack, honestly. I got a lot of practice just against Talishar. I mean, so I get that. I get a lot of practice against Talishar randoms too, right? Like I do. Yeah, we haven't seen any plow unders yet. We've seen 1 plow under, and we've seen 1 Command and Conquer. Definitely supposed to just play it there. Brick goes down to 6. E-Strike for 7. Yo! Mr. Petruncio? Mr. Petruncio. Mr. Petruncio. I really hope I said that right. Thank you for the follow on Twitch, brother. Appreciate you being here and hanging out with us. If I did not say that right, my deepest apologies. Put the burn up on the bottom. I really would like to Arsenal this Arc Lightning, but I don't think we can. Like, I just don't think we can. Without Crown, I don't think there's any shot we can ever Arsenal from here. I mean, I'm probably being a little dramatic when I say ever, but, you know. Throwing the Flittering Charge first at least forces Brick to think a little bit here. From Brazil? Hey, let's go, man. Well, I'm glad you're here and hanging out with us, brother. I am happy to have you with us. Are you willing to take 2 at this point and go down to 4? In Fab's recent dev talk, they showed sincerity in their mistakes and openly admitted their problems. I can promise you. Dude, WotC has never done that ever. I've literally never seen WotC be like, yeah, we made a mistake here. Like, literally ever, bro. So I get that. I hear what you're saying, man. I 100% hear what you're saying. I really don't want to go to 2, but... Block 5, throw 8. I would like to have a better hand here, but I just... The weakest link is not in the spot in the metagame that it was. If you are stuck between playing the weakest link and playing Erase Face, you should probably just be on Erase Face, in my opinion. Command and Compost? I do like Command and Compost. The sheer variety of cards to choose from is a lot to tackle for a totally new person. Also, don't really enjoy the constant monitoring and keeping track of triggers. It's like I'm at work. I get that. It's definitely a different. It's definitely like a different beast to play against. And you're right. The fact that Magic has been around for the last, 25, 30 years, whatever it is, you have thousands of card options. And Flesh and Blood only being around for 5 years does not give you that. I don't know what's happening here. It said they requested it to undo the last action, but it didn't say anything there. I don't know what's happening. I'm lagging. It said Brick requested to undo. I guess Brick undid his request to undo. I don't know. Yeah, so it is interesting because it's actually very difficult to compare the game to Flesh and Blood, in my opinion. I mean, this feels like it. This feels like our spot to use Shock Charmers here. Also, one thing I've got to start remembering is that I can activate Shock Charmers. Oh, are we going to 1 here? Going to 1, Bricky Boo Boo? No, okay. You're going to block 3. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So, we're at 5. They're at 4. They're going to block 3, take 1, go to 4. We do have complete tempo, so we're going to hope this hand is worth it. We're going to hope that this hand is worth it. We need a good one here. I got to be honest with you. Chief called, and this one ain't it, fam. I think we want the split damage here, so we're just supposed to do this. There have been so many times I wish I had Snap. Like, there have been so many times this game I wish I would have had Snaps. I would have loved to have Snaps right here. Like, because if we have Snaps, we literally get to go Gone in a Flash, snap it, pitch a card for Starfall, and then throw 7. I really don't like arsenaling this card, but we do have access to Lightning Greaves, so... Fab is the first game where I didn't just think it was worse MTG. I mean, so I also really get that, because I was very skeptical of Flesh and Blood when I started playing. I was very skeptical of Flesh and Blood, having played Magic for 7 years, but after I played it and like really gave it a chance, I really came around to it. Ooh. Gonna go back to 4 and Dillis and Arcane here? All right, this is like the hand, right? Like, this is our hand. We do have to give up AB, but I think this is the hand we want. Like, this takes most of their cards here. Also, a chance we could just try to go for the game-winning play here, right? I think we're going to get rid of the E-Strike. I'm trying to think through my turn here. So if I pitch the Photon Rush... So I'm going to pitch Photon Rush to activate Lightning Greaves. Play Electrostatic Discharge in the Resolution step. They go to Brick goes to 3. We get this back. We attack for 7. Play Lightning Press. Bounce this back to our hand. E-Strike for 7. Yeah, that's way... Because we get to use E-Strike for 7 as opposed to using Photon Rush for 3. It's a massively different play right there. We are not interested in buying viewers. Stop it. I don't know, like, it drives me crazy, those bots. Yeah, so in the resolution step, and Brick just said, don't think Unga Boonga. I have definitely lost my ways with aggro decks, and I can feel it. I can feel it from all of the testing that I've been doing this week. There's also a chance that Lightning Press could have just ended the game right there, right? Do they have a Waning Moon Wind to play around? Not without Stormstriders. There's no way for them to play an instant speed spell that I'm aware of and get value off of Waning Moon. Plus, even if they did to this point, we can literally just like pitch AB2 with the cards in our hand. So the safest play here is to Lightning Press this in the resolution step and get it back to our hand. If Brick has a defense reaction and we use the Lightning Press to try to win the game, it's bad for us. If Brick has a defense reaction and we come in for 7 here, we guaranteed we win the game no matter what. Waiting for second Gone in a Flash with Lightning Press is better most of the time. So I agree that since we have access to AB and it's still a possibility that Brick could have had a defense reaction in his hand, right? So attacking for 4, not using the Lightning Press, and then attacking for 7, using the Lightning Press to guarantee 7 more after that is the most effective play, and it's also the safest play because we're always leaving 2 cards in our hand to play around any kind of like wild Waning Moon shenanigan nonsense that Brick could have right there. But we could have just played the Lightning Press, but I think our play was technically more correct there. Okay, so we did get a win there. Let's see. We played against Brick on that one. He was playing Verdance. We went first. No, we went second because Brick put the tree into play. We got the win. Went for combo, and we had Spell Void 2, which saved us, and we took tempo afterwards. Brick forgetting that we had Spell Void was pretty good for us there. So let's see. I'm currently 26 games into this list, and I've lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm currently 17-9 with this deck, which is about a 66% win rate, which is pretty good. Like, I feel pretty okay with that. I feel pretty solid about that as a whole, to be honest. So I know we talked about putting some matchups together in the deck, but guys, honestly, it's 22 after 10. I'm going to go hang out with Carly to like, just so Carly and I can hang out tonight. Carly, like basically every day when I'm streaming, like Carly comes home, we like eat dinner, watch TV, and then like I come down here and start streaming. So gonna go hang out with Carly for a bit. Guys, thanks for hanging out tonight. I really appreciate y'all being here. No streams this weekend because of ProQuest. If you guys are playing at ProQuest this weekend, good luck. I want to hear all about it next week. Make sure you come back and tell me about it. We're going to be streaming on Monday, probably streaming Max. We'll also be doing a ProQuest recap on Monday to make sure that just kind of talk about everything and go over the deck and stuff like that. So thanks for hanging out. Have a good weekend. I'll see you guys on Monday. Take it easy, guys.